with this thin and light gaming powerhouse right here. We've spent more than a month with this baby and we found out that it actually provides the best experience when it comes to gaming, optimizes in terms of frame rate and graphics, so do remember to check that out.
And of course, Omen is here to optimize your gameplay, but when you want to step outside of game, you want to step into the real world, Tumi is here to elevate your fashion game. You bring you to your 10k MMR, and not to mention, Tumi right now, they're giving away 2 free backpacks every single day throughout the entire tournament. So make sure you sign up at tumi.com/esports because you'll be winning very beautiful backpack every single day. There'll be 2 free backpack giving out for the entire tournament.
Dude, that's a massive bag.
It covers my face, but I like it. I like the touch of it. Great design, great feel.
It looks like a Mary Poppins bag, you know, the movie Mary Poppins where she has this bag and she just keeps pulling things out, right? So like a lampshade, a couch, all these crazy things. But not only that, folks, to pair it with the Omen laptop, if you are looking for a mouse, we're also giving away a Logitech G gaming mouse. It's free to enter, so please feel free to enter down in the link below. All you have to do is fill in a survey and you'll be in the running to win a lovely brand new mouse. So good luck to everybody that has entered for our Logitech G and Logitech entry giveaway. And finally, I know it's been a while, I think some people have been waiting for this, Nerf's Prophecies has returned. If you don't know what this is, basically we've changed things up a little bit. This time, we've got 1 Nerf's Prophecies for the playoffs. All you need to do is to predict who will be making it to the grand finals. It's very easy. And entries close this Saturday. So on Grand Finals Day, you won't be able to enter anymore. If you win, or at least your prediction is correct and you're selected, you'll be able to win a $100 Steam gift card. Again, free to enter, folks. You got nothing to lose. Good luck.
Yep. And if you still want to be a part of One Esports, despite not being that lucky to win, you know, all this laptop or backpack, we still have something else for you. It is the One Esports merchandise. We've come out with a new line of products in terms of t-shirt, but do remember to drop by the store at shop.oneesports.gg and check out our new line of products as well. We have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, lapel pins, face masks, and even jackets. So do remember to spend some time and use the discount code CDOTA10 whenever you make a purchase.
Man, just imagine myself. I can just imagine myself wearing the hard carry t-shirt with the Tumi backpack and walking on the street. I feel like a winner already.
You decked out.
I'm a freaking winner already.
Dang stacked.
Hey, gentlemen, do you hear that? I think it's the drum. I think we're going to have to jump into our first match, folks. Let's do it. Game 1 of our second phase of elimination matches. Adroit versus Geek Fam. Pretty deep into the draft as well, but I think we're quite familiar with some of these heroes.
All right, Adroit once again getting their favorite Magnus. This is the 3rd straight game that they have been playing Magnus, but Furon is another surprise hero for me. Adroit doesn't seem like their favorite Furon a lot, but you'll be their first pick, and Geek Fam side, they are just going back to their traditional Quap plus Ogre Magi. Even though Quap has gotten a bit of nerf, but still, it doesn't change the fact that this hero is super flexible, elusive, and gives a ton of magical damage into the mid game.
Yeah, I think Quap right now, they just want to make sure that she doesn't stay in the support role for too many games, because she does pack a punch, even when playing as a support. So maybe now you want to look at the middle lane. Quap, they buffed the Sonic Wave damage. She now does way more at early levels, and that really incentivized the Quap to be a core to kind of make movements around the map at level 6. We talked about this Nature's Prophet yesterday when DDZ picked it. It's not really a fast hero, not really doing too much. Got a slight nerf in terms of armor, but maybe Adroit. Maybe they can make some magic with this hero. Yeah, I do think so. And also we want to look at the bans as well, right? Geek Fam finally, like all we have said, you want to take out the CML's Vengeful Spirit and also Boomy's Tiny. They did that. They're showing a lot of respect to Adroit, and it's time for Adroit to prove that they play something else than that two heroes.
So it looks like CML would be taking that Oracle. I think it suits his playstyle perfectly, right? CML playing these very defensive supports. He always plays that Venge. His positioning is on point. But not just that, though. They also have to give props to Adroit, because whenever they see CML under attack as that Venge, or basically as any hero, they all come swarming to protect him because they know how important CML is for those team fights. Yeah, supports need love sometime as well. I wish I had teammates like this, you know, in pubs. If the support die, if you die, you die. I mean, you know, as Winter always say, you have the license to feed, but come on.
That's because you're not playing with me. I'll always be the first one to keep me down.
You mean the first one to die for Husky, huh? I don't know if it's worth it.
He did do it. He didn't die that game. I died a couple of times. He went like what, 16-0 on Queen of Pain.
That was before the nerf.
That was before the patch.
Let's be.
That was probably our only good memory in Dota.
But anyways, yeah, I like the fact that they are putting CML on his best position because he has always been excellent on the defensive hero. He was very first famous of his Shadow Demon, and Oracle is kind of the same as well. It looks like Adroit has gotten themselves a pretty solid draft. They have Initiation, they have Tower Push, Save as well. And now they are going to, on top of their Magnus, they're double downing their team fight with the Sand King. Sand King obviously has already gotten a pretty big buff, and Bog has already shown us a pretty dominant showing yesterday.
Yeah, even though they lost that game against Boom Esports, I honestly think that game was just Adroit not really identifying their conditions to win in that particular game. But Sand King still had a great game, right? Bog got an 8-minute Veil, 11-minute Dagger, crushed the offlane, just that he wasn't able to convert that into a huge advantage. But it's okay, Sand King's strength is still there, great against melee matchup, so it might deter Geek Fam from trying to just take on this fight against Sand King head on.
Also, not only that, a lot of people view Sand King as an initiator, but most of the time, his Sandstorm is so crucial when it comes to mid-game. When you want to buy time for your carry to be flash farming in the jungle, Sandstorm will always come in handy because you can just sit in your tower, defend the wave over and over again, and look at them. They have the Magnus to flash from the Ancients. So this is going to be creating a lot of good space for the Magnus to farm.
Ooh, PA for Geek Fam. All right, so they got early game team fight. There were some changes to that PA as well. Of course, maybe also a deny pick from Adroit. Maybe they're looking to grab the PA themselves. Magnus PA, very deadly combination. But wouldn't you be a little bit worried running this PA? Because the hero itself is naturally weak to magic damage, and that's what Sand King is, magic damage.
Yeah, but PA is also a really good Oracle killer. Oracle absolutely hates the Phantom Assassin. You basically two-shot the Oracle whenever you hit that mid-game phase. For Adroit, I don't think they would want to pick up a PA. I'm not sure because you're looking at the Magnus, Sand King, and Prophet, right? The Prophet has a huge chance of being a position 1 right now, unless Adroit wants to flex it to become a boomy hero. But I don't know. I don't like the support Prophet, not even now, especially when his laning phase as a support got kind of diminished with that slight armor nerf.
And of course, Geek Fam went for the PA because a lot of the carries have already been taken out. So if they don't pick a carry here, Adroit has two more bans to ban out the best carry in the pool. So they absolutely have to go for the PA, and like you say, they need an Oracle killer. They have Pangolier with the Rolling Thunder to go in and create space for PA to kind of penetrate to the team fight. So I feel like, and also Raven, he's a big fan of PA as well. Yeah. Raven is always the hero that can farm and also want to involve in team fight. So PA is definitely a perfect hero for Raven in this game.
Yeah, they also banned out the Morphling, one of Adroit's best cores. Nasumi loves that Morphling a lot. But with that taken out, your Morphling, Troll, TB, Anti-Mage, a lot of Nasumi heroes probably might be looking at... maybe Nasumi is going to be on next Prophet after all, right? I'm expecting Adroit to pick a support last to finalize this draft. Boomy hero, the Earth Spirit is still kind of in the pool. Maybe they can go for it. I kind of like the Earth Spirit as well for Adroit. A lot of heroes that is pretty vulnerable to this Earth Spirit, but they're gonna ban out the Void Spirit to secure that mid lane. But there's also a chance that Zephyr runs that Void Spirit support. We've seen that from Geek Fam a couple of times, so it's a good pick. It's a good ban, excuse me.
Man, speaking about support, Lion, Shaman has just been gotten a big buff. We haven't seen this hero in ages. And look at Adroit, I feel like Shaman could really be a good hero for them. They need some kind of cheap lockdown for the co-op and also for the PA. Also, they have great pushing tower as well. So Shamans, if we can use the Serpent Wars, it would be a really big buff for them as Adroit to ramp out their own tempo.
So you're suspecting that Natsumi will be taking the Magnus?
It's either Natsumi or Mag.
Yeah, I would love to see both the Magnus and the Furon to be on core. Yeah. Because like what Husky says, you don't want to be playing a post-4 Furon in this patch given the big nerf.
Yeah, and if you play a post-4, you are mostly laning into this PA. I know you have the Sand King to protect you, but you are not going to get that Orchid timing, so you become another easy prey for heroes like Phantom Assassin, Queen of Pain, and even a Pangolier. So I honestly would prefer for him to be a core. It allows you to ramp out the tempo. You have the Sand King to set you up. You have the Magnus to set you up as well. Might as well you push it fast enough to take out Geek Fam, because we all know PA, even though she's not frequently regarded as the best late game carry, she always has that RNG factor. One good coup de grace, and that's going to change the fight.
There's a lot of RNG on Geek Fam actually, not just the PA, you got the Ogre as well, right? Trying to get the multi-cast in. Yeah, lucky shot.
So RNG.
Maybe Geek Fam think it's their lucky day.
Alright, that's Rubik against Magnus, against Sand King. And you know what?
Huge ultimate.
Zephyr is the Rubik God himself for Geek Fam.
Wiki for Adroit.
We might see a Sand King support. Sand King support has been picked, I think, a lot of patches ago, but there might be a possibility.
Does it feel like a Boomy hero? It almost does.
It kind of does.
I mean, this guy makes tight post for work.
Yeah.
So
This guy, he knows how to get his farm. He has hit like what, 40-minute dagger timing on a post 4 Tiny. I think Sand King kind of feels the same role as well.
yeah, and especially Sand King can farm so much faster than the Tiny as well. Yeah, I'm digging Adroit's draft a lot.
I like it. You know, Geek Fam always post the meme of fishing Adroit from the ocean, but I feel like this shark is gonna bite back.
So Adroit or Geek Fam for your predictions?
For game 1, Adroit. I like Adroit.
You're not a fam today, huh?
Oh.
Alright, but it's okay. I'm with you.
Whoa! He
I'm
jumped
with
from the
Adroit.
ship to the
Adroit
ocean.
made me repent yesterday by beating Boom, okay?
And Adroit convinced me too from yesterday, so I'm also go with the Sharks.
Oh wow! You're both jumping in with
We
the
are
sharks.
swimming with the sharks today.
We'll have to see if the Sharks are going to be nice to you two for today. As for us, that's going to be it for us on the panel. The casters will take over. Lyrical and Winter, take it away for our first game of the day.
And our shark toothiness on. Winter, I can see your pearly whiteys as well. How you doing? Are you feeling the Adroit love? Or are you all about the Geek Fam? How you doing this fine day?
I am fine, thank you.
Okay,
I'm feeling the Ricky, man.
good pick. I like it a lot.
Ricky Magnus.
Yeah, don't need to buy a Battle Fury then, right? You just sort of get the Empower for free because you're awesome. But we should hop into this game in just a moment as we're getting ready to go into this one. Again, another lower bracket matchup. It's going to be Geek Fam trying to take down Adroit. Loser is moving out. Winner, though, top 4. Let's hop into it.
Holy moly!
Prepare for battle.
And we're back into the game now as we head out on our merry little ways and get to see ourselves a brand new patch. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about this Sand King. The panel talked about it some amount. Bach played it fabulously, and I kind of thought that Geek Fam was going to take a Slark going into the sort of carrying chosen position, but they ended up going with the PA. Like, how much pressure can the Sand King put on against melee laners?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Should be better than before. In the old patch, I think the Sand King was already naturally good against other melee heroes. I think it got better right now. You just need 1 point in the caustic. Just 1 point.
30 seconds to battle.
And we were doing the math on it yesterday in the laning stage. Just these
math.
giant grenades.
No.
I know it's not something we love to talk about, but it was deadly. The amount of pressure that Bach could put on. Sometimes I think one of the nice parts about this PA pick, at least, is that you know, maybe Raven is going to be able to farm with daggers a little bit more effectively, not to put himself in danger.
The PA is, I think, a very good core-to-core matchup against Ricky. Because you're going to have like high base armor, and then you're going to have evasion. And Ricky generally doesn't want to get the MKB.
Right. It's not really his cup of tea, is it?
Yeah, no. You don't want to get MKB on Ricky. You want to get a Diffusal, you want to get your Battle Fury, but not this game. Get an SNY, Basher. There's a lot of stuff that you want to buy.
A couple of those other heroes, though, do feel like they'd be nice, tasty treats for Ricky to pick on in the later stages, whether it's the Rubik or even
All
the
of
Swap.
them.
Sounds pretty nice.
All of them, except the PA.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody except for the PA. The PA is kind of the lone one that not going to want to battle at.
Yeah,
but that's why you're star peer, right?
Yeah, because the PA is the last pick, the overall last pick. And the Ricky was the
Radiant's
the last pick in the second pick phase. So this is what we're getting here is a normal result from the pick phase, the pick sequence.
Well, a minute in already, and Ricky is just dancing away in the mid lane. We did see the Mac matchup against Mr. Carl himself. Cop got a couple of nerfs to the dagger as up top lane. Already they're going to try and just keep him alive a little bit more, and starting to throw out a lot of the damage, the burst hitting onto Raven. It's a hard matchup to go into.
It's mana cost and I mean the level 1 mana cost is the same. It's just the initial damage. So it's what, 20 damage less. And in the second point it's 15 damage less. It's just the initial damage, you know, it's not the dot damage, you know.
Right, but the mana cost goes up as you level it up. So, you know, sometimes these lanes where you've seen a PA or rather a pop just bully a melee hero, it's gonna cost him a little more to do that.
But I feel like it doesn't really affect him too much because Corp has enough mana in general. But like you said, you never know, you know, sometimes that small little extra mana could be costly. You might not have enough mana for a blink with the combo.
Yeah, it's true. A time when you thought you would have been safe to be able to make the jump play happen down bottom. Gotta keep our eyes on this lane. CML being brought low. Cuckoo gets the last touch, and Natsumi seeing if he can maybe get a touch up on the Cuckoo afterwards, but that guy still has stick charges, and it's a little bit too deadly to go for it.
This game is rated
First blood.
It's okay. Career, he's gonna be your career.
And Bach up top also is going to go down. So Raven able to take him out as well. And showing the strength of Whitemon on this Ogre going the 1-1 build. He's going to just clarity up now and try and get ready for another pass.
This Ogre PA is actually doing way better than I expected. Look at the CS. PA is 18, Sand King's 13, and he just killed the Sand King.
Yeah.
Maybe this has to do with his skill build. As he didn't go for 1 point stun, he went for the maximum greedy build. 2 Sandstorm and 1 caustic farming build. But sometimes in this kind of lanes, right, the stun is not entirely for pressuring the opponent, it's also for you to defend yourself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like if you can live through the damage over time of the Sandstorm, you don't really care that much. Whatever Sand King is also doing, but now as they take out that Sentry Ward, they're going to need to bring out a Dust if they want to try and attempt to kill him again. And well, the Courier's coming out with Sentry and a Dust, so they will be able to do that once that arrives there.
Yeah, and my least favorite time of the game, Runes. But no one has Mortal, right?
No, doesn't look like it. It is mainly just a battle of the beatdowns in the mid lane. Queen of Pain is trying to get towards the bottle, but not quite going to get it, and it's going to be able to pick up a DD room for Carl.
By the way, the Magnus is out CSing the core. That's great. I mean, I guess it's pretty hard to deny the Magnus because of Empower. Like every time I see this hero in the mid lane, he doesn't really lose his lane. And he doesn't pressure the enemy, but what he does is he pushes off the wave and he just jungles, so he can farm a lot more than you.
Right. And those small camps, while not necessarily significantly helpful in terms of like a ton of gold, it does inflate up the CS pretty quickly as well. And they're really quick to clear through also. That's the other part.
And he gets a lot of levels from it. Then it's going to allow him to even do bigger stacks, you know, like ancient stacks, whatnot. And bounty runes are going to spawn. Don't think anyone has a bottle, but the Corp is coming here. I like the move by Carl.
Danger. Mac is there, but Mac gets the bounty rune. Now has to skewer away. Whitemon not able to get in range with the Fire Blast. But while Mac did manage to clear out the double stack there on the hard camp, he missed a full wave in the mid lane, which kind of sucks for him in some way. Looks like he's still fine with it though.
It's not too bad. I guess he doesn't want to stay in the lane against the Corp already. He feels like he's gonna take because he doesn't have a lot of regen left, so he doesn't want to take too much damage. So he'd rather jungle and not have to buy regen. So here comes the Ogre. He knows that Magnus is doing stacking shenanigans, so blocks the camp. Very, very nice.
Lays down the ward afterwards to scout it. A great hero to come and contest is going to be that Queen of Pain. Down bottom, they've been applying a ton of pressure on the Natsumi, just making it really hard for him to farm. But they're going to jump now onto Zephyr with the TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet. This position for Boomy is going to be able to make the rotation, find himself an assist. Very well played.
So the catapult wave is still there in middle lane. Not sure if they are gonna be able to pressure the tower.
Where
Because
you
Magnus is
going?
pretty good at
That's
pulling the wave back with Shockwave and just holding the tower. So I don't think there's gonna be much action here in the first catapult. Everyone's just gonna be trying to maximize their XP gain, their farm. Sanking's building a Veil.
Okay.
Nature's
And it
Prophet
comes online real quickly.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet is going ATOS. He kind of feels like they lack stuns, I guess. That's why he's building an ATOS. Do they lack stuns? They seem like they have a lot of stuff. Sanking stun, Oracle, RP.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that it's one of those things that like is just sort of a nice item to get for himself, right? Like there's a lot of times where maybe Boomy is going to be trying to chase down that last hero and they can just TP out in front of them or something.
So when you say a nice item to buy for yourself, it's mostly referring to the stats, right? You like the stats that the item gives you.
Yeah.
Strength, intelligence.
Exactly. Well, and I think that also just for, you know, Nature's Prophet, no way to cancel a TP himself, and sometimes he's alone trying to find that kill.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty good against the Quap, PA, and Pango.
Well, we'll see if it ends up working for him. Bach clears out the hard camp there yet again. They haven't attempted to stack the Ancients anymore, and Boomy's just getting a lane to himself now mid.
This is good for Raiden, very, very good for Raiden, because they have the lineup that can farm better with the Empower. And if the Dire lineup is not getting kills, not making rotations, it doesn't feel so good. And as I say that, Corp TP's bottom with the Arcane Rune. Wants to get... Okay, he TP's and he's... Huh?
He wanted to get to the bounty rune quicker. You know, he didn't want to blink there.
Oh, wait, that was quicker.
I don't know what happened there. I have no idea.
You think I'm a kid or something? You're trying to, you know, mislead me? Trying to tell me a fairy tale?
Exactly. Now you get it. Oh, Cuckoo. They're thinking about going on him down here. Mag is making the rotation instead. How often do you see a Magnus rotating before the Queen of Pain for a kill?
I mean, the Queen of Pain did rotate.
That's true. That's a fair point.
Maybe he felt like the crit wave was too near, because when they moved in, the Radiant team was doing a pull, so the wave went very near the tower, and he felt like he doesn't want to commit to it. That's why he just TP'd and decided to pick up the runes instead. I don't know, whatever he was thinking. So he ended up feeling like it wasn't the move for him to make. So right now, Magnus takes advantage of that, gets a kill, and goes back to farming. And this is great for the Magnus draft with the Riki. They are very happy about the game right now.
The thing to me that feels really weird about this is that it's Geek Fam that have seen this the entire time. Zephyr makes the rotation down bottom and immediately gets picked off there as well. Walks within vision of that ward, and Natsumi is able to clean up the kill. But they've just seen the Magnus like go from camp to camp to camp farming. So there's not much they can do to stop it.
I mean, it's only the Quap that has TP's bot again. She's the only one that can start a move, you know, on the Gaia team. But PA is not gonna start a move. The Ogre's not gonna start a move.
Radiant
the Pango is sitting in his lane waiting for the Corp to come. Again, he TP's bot and he decides to walk mid again. Because the tower is under pressure this time.
Radiant scans, they knew the entire time.
He definitely knows that there should be some vision that that is looking at his movement, because Radiant team is reacting perfectly towards all his attempts to gank the bottom lane. So he is already pinging that there might be a vision in front of the tower.
Yeah, that ward got them the kill on the Rubik, and then it also was able to save them 2 ganks from the Queen of Pain. If there's any evidence that you need that wards can win you games, that's it right there. They're going to think about going on the Cuckoo here. Is going to get rooted, walking forward with the Swashbuckle, has the Rolling Thunder afterwards. Is actually going in for this. CML just going to play Ring Around the Rosie for a moment. Tried to get Fate's Edict off, will eventually land it, but there was no way he got out of there. Carl blows up the Courier, and now Natsumi is going to be forced out of the lane.
Yep, and Kenny takes the late lane as the Rubik here. Gonna try to soak up some farm, finish his arcanes. Maybe get towards his 8 detail lands. False off is very good this game. Against the Riki.
Ooh. And they're actually trying to make
He's trying to defend the tower.
Thought with that ulti they were going to go on him there, but it didn't quite have the range.
It's a bit difficult for them to get the initiation in stay time. Sand King doesn't have dagger, so I think he's just here to defend the tower. He's switching sides with Ricky. Ricky's gonna move top. They need to have a +1 top to kill this Ruby.
And they have a +1 and Boomy rotates in, finds the trees, blows them up. And that is exactly what you want to do. Carl, though, showing up here as well. He's got Sonic Wave available. And that catapult is going to get brought down.
The Sonic Wave even once? No, right?
I don't think so.
It's always been him keeping left and right reacting, but nothing's happening.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0, Queen of Pain. 11 minutes.
It's not the way you want it to go. And Carl again throws out the dagger, gets a scream on a Natsumi, but there isn't any follow-up afterwards. Nobody else can really play with him right now. Like normally maybe be the Pango, but Cuckoo's farming. I don't know. Oh god, if Carl gets caught out here, I was wondering, Max making the rotation as well.
They still need to play together despite maybe Cuckoo is having a bad early game compared to usual. But I think he still needs to move with the co-op. They have to work together. Magnus is actually getting way too much out of the jungle. And the second.
They get the slowdown. Cuckoo going in onto Boomy. This is a big commitment here. And well, guess what? They got level 6 available. They get the false promise. That's going to keep them alive. And then the RP pulls it back onto 2. The burrow strike afterwards. That was not the move they wanted. Oh my word. Well, that was not great. And they will be able to steal Burrow Strike by Zephyr, which is a nice pickup for them. Maybe they can make some type of a play there, and at least Carl didn't use the Sonic Wave, but losing the top like that, along with the Ogre, that one hurt.
TP got cancelled.
Oh, nice play there. And that's going to give Natsumi the tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Everything is working out very, very nicely for Adroit.
Is under attack.
And I feel like Geek Fam, it kind of feels like they know that they're playing against Empower, right? They're trying to force a lot of stuff to happen, but they're playing with too much stress, you know? They're not playing Dota calmly, and they're just like constantly trying to force things, you know? They're trying to move and nothing is happening. And that move there in front of the tower signifies that they are actually very, very stressed out, because they went for a dive on the Nature's Prophet, which has an Oracle behind him. Even though they were able to control the Oracle, but they were so deep and the tier 1. And the Sand King and RP just went off.
And another pickoff here as well. White Mom's going to go down. Bach able to kill him. Oracle trying to heal himself up, but Raven will not be denied. Bloodlusted PA turning now onto Bach with the Burrow Strike onto 2. Carl picks up the kill. Cuckoo skewered to break the ulti, and then they're able to get out afterwards with Carl. So another 2-for-2 exchange.
That's a good trade for Geek Fam, because the Sand King is way better than the Pango.
But I see Boomy taking up a lot of space in that top lane, and he is ahead of the Pango right now. He's, what, 1,600 gold behind the Quap on this position for a Prophet?
It doesn't matter which role you are as Nature's Prophet. It doesn't matter. You're gonna farm. This is the kind of support hero you can always demand farm.
Pretty hard to deal with, man. Like, what do you do against this Prophet? He's doing really good bounty runs. To take a tier 2 tower, he's going to take some outposts. It's just chilling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he already did his job. He secured the Sand King's lane. And after securing the Thor's lane, as a support, you generally run around just farming the shit places where no one else can farm.
Dire's bottom
and
tower
placing
is
wards.
under attack.
And you try to get team items or whatever your team needs to facilitate the clash later.
And Geek Fam here trying to smoke up and find Natsumi. They're instead going to run into Boomy. He does get hit. Burrow Strike on Burrow Strike action. And they bring him down. Bach is down low with the save. Oh my god, this is the time for the silent afterwards. Cool, in some trouble. Are they going to be able to get it off in time, though? He's trying to turn, trying to kill. They will bring down the Sand King for the Pango. Zephyr being brought down very low, but hiding in the sandstorm. It's going to keep him alive for the moment. Despite he's getting all kinds of crazy as Boomy's getting jumped on by Raven. Will eventually be killed off.
That's a dieback.
Unreal. 4 dead for 1.
So they even got... They get the... they got both bounty runes. They're gonna pick up another bottom, so Geek Fam has 3 bounty runes. That was a disaster for Raven. Big disaster. I think the RP mix was so costly that he tried to get 2 heroes, but he couldn't get even one.
And that's one of those moments too. You place down that ward up on the high ground and wins you the fight. He is going to be able to find a pickoff there. That'll happen. That's what you get with the double blink daggers.
Under attack.
It's actually terrifying to play this match right now. It's Queen of Pain. What's she gonna do?
That's what you get for playing the dangerous area. But the game is already pretty difficult for them. It's very hard to send someone to push out the dangerous area because, like you said, because they have 2 daggers in a pretty good time. You don't really have a good hero that can push out those lanes. I mean, apart from probably the Rubik or the Pango. Because they are comparing them to the Quap, they are more expendable.
I'm just thinking about, like, with PA and Quap, how do they deal with just the opening of a Magnus or a Sand King on them? Like, they need BKBs so early this game.
You have a Rubik. You have a Rubik for that. Look at the spells you can steal. RP, Sand King stun, maybe an Oracle False Promise. There's a lot of stuff that he can get and change the way the fight is going to go. And it's going to be up to the Riki that has to go and take care of him, you know. He wants to take care. I think the Rubik is actually the most important hero in the team fight for Geek Fam. The Riki has to deal with him first. Because he is the one that holds the key to turn the team fights. It's not the PA, it's not the Queen. Maybe the Queen of Pain to a certain extent and the Pango, but I think the Rubik has the biggest spell. If he gets a big spell steal, he has the biggest way of changing the fights.
Yeah. The Cuckoo Pango will be good until BKBs come out at the very least as well. But he also just has a hard time positioning himself in the fight, it feels like. So yeah, I want to see how much Zephyr can really get done in these engagements. And he's going to have an Aether Lens done pretty soon here.
What? He's trying to build... Okay, he's building a pipe for his team, yeah, against the Sand King on the Pango. So they won't have much initiation until the Rubik has a dagger.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Dale. Caught again on the Cuckoo. He's gonna turn on the dust now. Standing in the sandstorm. He's got friends nearby. Bach, have you bitten off more than you can chew? I think so.
Nice, Rubik gets the last hit. In typical Yapso fashion.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Always gets the last hit.
Radiant
it's good for Rubik to secure the last hits.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank you,
No problem. Yeah, it's the Rubik type of play that he needs to get into that farm, as Winter was saying before he got visited. He is sort of needing that crazy early blink dagger if possible. But now 2,000 gold lead, 10-10, 17 minutes in. And it feels like the game plan for Adroit is still just keep on farming. And now they got a Philosopher's Stone on top of everything else. So they are just happy as some clams here on the Adroit lineup. Still looking for the next set of items for Geek Fam. They pick up some Vampire Fangs. The Queen of Pain takes them, then runs away. But yeah, I want to see sort of how this next smoke move goes, because Adroit, they're still kind of commanding a nice little bit of a lead here, but there's the opportunity for them to find more afterwards. They're really strong right now with these double blink daggers. Block's going to go on in there, find himself a quick pickoff onto Whitemon, and they're going to head back the other direction. And it's worth noting as well, like the other part about this that's sort of interesting to watch is that you have your own form of steroid for Raven. The Bloodlust is a pretty significant beast for increasing his farm, and he has the Battle Fury up there as well. So it feels like the type of game where Raven is going to be able to farm pretty much no matter what. And currently sitting top of the net worth, 10K, going for the Sanjin Yasha and then into Satanic. I like that choice a lot more than the Queen of Pain, who's going... Well, now he's going back for the BKB. I kind of like the Lincolns that Carl was doing, but it also suffers from the same issues, right, of needing to deal with being RP'd. And the Quap's plan, I think, in this game is just, okay, I can't be RP'd. If I get RP'd, I lose. And Winter, I think you would agree with me in saying that that's pretty much what Carl has to do. If she gets RP'd at the start of the fight, the fight's probably over.
Yeah, she has to wait and come in the middle of the engage. You don't want to show yourself at the beginning of the fight. Oh, she's showing herself now.
Oh no, and jumped and caught and killed Cuckoo, trying to turn the tide of the fight, but the pullback in from the Magnus. Didn't need the RP that time, just the skewer. And that is more than enough to take down the Quap and the Ogre. One thing I was sort of pontificating about, well, I wanted your opinion on it. How would you rate like Bloodlust as opposed to Empower for a steroid, right? Because like PA already has the Battle Fury, so it feels like she's going to be pretty farmed.
Why not both? Draft both for them on the same team.
Well, they did. They got the Rubik for that. Dude,
if you compare those two strictly against each other, I would say Empower is better because it allows you to get to your timings better. Like Bloodlust is strictly, I feel like it helps you, even though it helps you farm, but I feel like the purpose of Bloodlust is more towards allowing you to fight better. But the Empower allows you to farm better and fight better.
Fair. I guess it's also only one level in Bloodlust, which is not the greatest. It's definitely a feels okay man. And then you've also got Oracle Purge as well to take it off in the middle of a fight, which is really annoying.
It won't be that easy, I think, because she has to stay back and avoid the Quap Orchid, the Panga roll. So I don't think it's that reliable for the Oracle to be near the fights, you know, to dispel the Bloodlust. Maybe she can, maybe he can do it, but it won't be that reliable. He has one job: cast your ulti on the whoever the PA is going on, and maybe if you can, use your Fate's Edict on the PA.
Okay. Well, meanwhile, Roche is being brought down. No vision of this at all on the Geek Fam side. That is going to give us a quick way to control the map for Adroit. See what Geek Fam can do to deal with it. It's gonna be tough though. Gonna be tough.
Well, they do have I would say the strongest hero in this game, the PA, and he's going for a status with this build, which is very good against the RP. So if he can get to, I say, 2 more items, Satanic plus Abyssal Blade, I think she would be able to carry the game from there. But instead, they put
oh god! And right as that's happening, they find the Quap. Atos down dead. That was the smoke they were supposed to jump into. But now they do have RP down. But Mac is going to be chasing. I mean, he's still fairly tanky here. No more Skewer Bach. Jumps back around. Burrow Strike lands. Blood stolen. Burrow Strike. You got a Sandstorm, my dude. I don't know if it's going to matter though. If they do manage to get the false promise off, that keeps Mac alive. He's going to skewer and start to punch down Cuckoo. So Adroit able to salvage this fight, and Mac barely living there at the very end of it. Unreal. They started off with the RP on the Quap. Pokemon now going to be chased down as well afterwards. They got the Atos a couple seconds, but they don't even need it. Just ending another life.
Yeah, not on the same page again. The Quap did the same move as the previous fight, where his team was smoking to him, but he went out 1 or 2 seconds too early to bait, and then his team wasn't able to save him. They were able to start the fight, but they were lacking a lot of damage because the Queen of Pain wasn't there to dish out the damage. Right. So 2 very, very costly mistakes by
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good news is the PA didn't die, so she's farming still.
Keeps it going. Trying to get next into the BKB after Sanjanyasha, deciding that Satanic is not going to be the play. And they're heading up top. They want to fight again. They didn't get to use anything from Quap last time since she got taken out at the start of the fight. I'll have to say, this has not been Carl's best game that I've seen from him.
Yeah, he's having a very, very hard time this game. I think I feel like he's frustrated, you know, about how the game is going. That's why he's playing like this. As you all started from the TP towards bot lane, he TP'd twice to bottom, but they couldn't really start a fight. I think maybe he was expecting his teammates to be more aggressive to cause something to happen, but no. And top lane.
Laid down a ward with the disarm.
Yes, Aegis though. Are they sure about going on him?
I think Kukusan is like, alright, never mind. Sorry guys, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, they're a bit disorientated right now. They have to regroup and just figure out how they have to play the game. And I think that going into the late game is a very, very good scenario for them.
Oh my god, they got Carl again! Oh my god. 2, 5, and 3.
Yeah, he was trying to finish the BKB, but you know it's the dangerous lane, right? It's a dead lane. So he's he's very near to the enemy territory here. Like,
Dire's top
ideally,
tower
you should
is
have
under
the
attack.
supports of the lower tier heroes to push out the wave. Ruby, Pang, but he just got, because I think he was 100 goal short. Sometimes it gets to you, you're having a shit game, and then you try to take more risks than usual. Not like Carl is someone that doesn't take risks, Everyone knows about this.
But I think that's also like, I mean, it's not all on Carl definitely as well, right? Like part of it is his team taking over the other areas of the map where he would naturally farm, right?
I mean, we wouldn't know. They could be like, they could be tilted or something. Someone's angry and you get distracted. When you're talking during the game, if you're communicating something that's not regarding towards the game, like emotionally, then it would cause plays like this to happen. People get distracted.
That's a tough one. Well, it's a 7,000 gold lead, 17 to 10. And right now, Adroit completely in the lead. It is going to be Roche being reclaimed in about 40 seconds.
Top lane. If Carl blinks out, oh no, I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh my god, how many times? How many times? Carl, just get your BKB somewhere else, man. Please. Just go elsewhere. Oh no, and back on the other side, Mac gonna find him.
Oh, PA.
They have some skewer. The chase down. He's got some stash resistance, but it doesn't look like enough to pile onto Cuckoo. And now trying to jump away. Zephyr hiding in the pit. It does manage to get the TP out, but they got their eyes set on the man. Natsumi, he is going, Raven rather, excuse me. I just saw Natsumi on the Ricky, but nonetheless, Raven will be able to escape. Ooh. Winter.
If he died there, that was GG. If he actually died there. He's the last beacon of hope for Dire.
Do you think Carl goes back top lane? Do you think he goes there again? It's the safest place right now. All of Adroit's over here.
He should go there, but he might get tilted and not go there.
He goes bottom and just dies. No! Carl, no! Say it ain't so! He's showing up here again. Block is nearby. Alright. They're gonna back out. Now the jump though. Raven pops his BKB, wants to fight Boomy. He is not taking much damage. This man has a halberd. The chase down is still there. He gets the false promise afterwards. Oh, they're waiting. They're looking for an opening. Mac has his RP available. Don't step too far forward. They got Cuckoo caught, and he is going to go down.
Dominating taxes, please!
Boomy is so hard to kill. Look at this guy.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
2k HP.
Did that feel like a bloodlusted PA was hitting him?
No,
Dire's
he's more
bottom
farm.
tower
He
is
was more
under
farm
attack.
he's more farm than the
Dire's
top.
structures are fortified.
Unreal. Carl has his BKB completed, so should not. Oh no.
Not this time.
Natsumi's on. Oh, Carl gets the blink away. Sonic Wave not going to do it. He was able to dodge away from that one. He's just very not wanting to die there. And he doesn't end up being brought down, but at the same time, Mac is able to get the blink away and another blink away from the Oracle, because yeah, Oracle also has a blink dagger. Mac gonna just BKB TP. They won't be able to bring him down.
That was actually really smart that he BKB'd. That was actually really good. He could have got caught by the Rubik there. He didn't see anybody, right? He just saw the... Oh, okay, never mind. He had a ward. Okay, he had a ward here. I thought he didn't know that how many people were there, so he just BKB'd and TP. Even though it was just a PA in front of him.
Yeah, because, I mean, you give up that kill at that point, and that's so much gold. You really don't want to give it away.
Yeah, no point saving a BKB there. I think for the Magnus, it's more like your BKB in the team fight is just important during the RP duration, right? 4 seconds of disable, you want to right click and do damage. I think apart from that, you don't really mind too much with the BKB going down to 5 seconds.
Well, they're getting closer to MKB on Raven, which will definitely help.
He can solo carry this game with this MKB. MKB and Abyssal as his last 2 items.
Maybe a Rapier a little bit later?
I don't really think he needs Rapier this game. He can dish out enough damage. He just needs lockdown, survivability, and his team to cast some spells, like the Rolling Thunder, the Sonic Wave, and especially the Bloodlust, There's some that's some net worth added to the PA with the bloodlust.
You know, maybe the ogre gets that level 20 talent or something like that.
Level 20 on ogre.
Yeah, man, he's over halfway there. Look at
I think
him.
it's going to happen.
He's over halfway there. How can you argue with that logic?
Where is his Midas? Tell me.
Doesn't have it yet. He's getting there. It's cheaper now to get it. Didn't you read the patch notes?
100 gold cheaper.
Dire's
Exactly.
middle tower is under attack.
Dude, honestly, all they need to do is just kill like Mac one time, and that's gonna be his Midas.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Just kill him. That's how the game works, right? Just kill him.
Kill him one time.
That doesn't matter, you know, 20k go behind, 30k go behind. All we need to do is just kill him.
I'm glad that you see how simple it is. It's important.
It
to me
is that simple.
happens.
It is
Yeah.
that simple.
Exactly.
Radiant
I want to see what this Natsumi
Dire
Ricky
are
goes
scanning.
for his level 20 talent as well, because he's gonna get his a lot sooner than the ogre will.
Blink strike range, I think. Multiplier 0.5. I think blink strike range has more utility though. Not very sure. 0.5.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's close to
25%
yeah,
increase almost.
25%. Yeah, 25%. It's a pretty good scaling talent.
Raven?
Hard to compare them.
They find themselves a Boomy. And he is going to go down. No way to get the rest of the team there in time, so they will bring him down rather rapidly.
They have to be very, very careful on how they're approaching this game. You know, if they get too laxed, they might lose this game. Like I said, the PA she has the ability to solo carry this game. They are 15k behind, but she can solo carry the game.
Oh my god, they claimed the bounty immediately. Boomy died, put the bounty on Quap, and then ended up getting the kill. And they mass tipped him. Dude.
Is that better than tipping him before he dies?
I'm not sure. I think that is. I think that's the best, is if you get the bounty set on him. If it was a 5-man bounty on him, and then they killed him, and then they 5-man tipped
That's
him.
the PA. He's gonna 5-man destroy them.
Let's see. I mean, they're sending in these treants, but this Roach is falling down low. I don't think they're gonna get here in time. Natsumi gets the Aegis.
I thought the ogre would actually just walk in, beat the ward, you know, and see how it goes, you know. But they decided not to do anything about it. Then the game gets a lot harder right now because they have
Dire's middle
Aegis
tower is
and
under
she's.
attack.
But I still think that the PA can carry this game. He's a better call-to-call matchup than a Ricky. He has Bloodlust. All he needs to do is just fight at a good position with the Pango rolling in. The Rubik hopefully steals some stuns, and we'll be Gucci.
There's a Ricky with Empower, which does so much damage. You know, you get the agility buildup that this hero naturally does. That gets doubled. Then you also get the bonus off of it from Empower. It's like really terrifying how much damage he does.
He gets the bonus cast range as well from 20.
Yeah. It's scary.
475 range, huh? I guess this gives him a lot of offensive and defensive capabilities. And Sanking and Ricky, hello!
Look at how quick they are just to move over here. And Carl doesn't stand a chance. This guy just got a plate mail. They demolished him.
His blink is actually as the same range as the quad blink.
Oh, he's got 2 of them. How is that balanced? Lightmon goes down afterwards. They're gonna try and jump in up here. Zephyr is just gone, and Raven is getting melted. Look at the damage from the Ricky. He jumps inside the tricks of the trade. The chase down could come again. If they want to chase down onto Raven, Hex comes out, because that's a thing that Boomy has at 32 minutes. To chase forward, the kill onto Raven. Natsumi is still living here on this Ricky. The false promise comes out. Cuckoo not doing nearly enough damage. He is also going to be tipped. He is potentially going to get away, but I think that there's a limit where the core-to-core matchup doesn't matter anymore, and this is it. GG is called. They owned him.
They owned Carl.
Yeah, man. That was a rough game.
Yeah, very, very rough game. I mean, I've been singing a lot
And Adroit though, the best counter to a gyrocopter is always the Morphling is getting banned out. So in the past, we always see teams going for heroes like the Void, Faceless Void to counter the gyro. So maybe that could be the pick of Natsumi. But don't forget, when it comes to elimination match, teams always intend to go for the pocket picks. So maybe Alchemist will come back into the pool as well. But Adroit react with the Clockwork. This is one of the best heroes to address with the gyro, because you can always play the blade meal, run into the gyrocopter, and there's nothing that I can do. It's not like he wants to buy a 4-staff anyways.
Is this maybe an insurance as well in case the IO gets picked up? Clockwork is a bit of a pain in the backside for an IO, especially with the cogs.
Yeah, that could be too, but Geek Fam has already shown 2 supports. Disruptor and Trend Protector, so most likely they couldn't fit IO unless they want to play.
Yeah, and the Clockwork is also good against the Disruptor as well. You hookshot on the Disruptor, you basically disable him for the rest of the fight. But I must say, Geek Fam, they're probably looking at this level 15 timing for the Disruptor, plus 1.5 seconds for Static Storm. Huge upgrade for a Disruptor, especially when Geek Fam is playing ahead. They have the means to turtle, but with this Bat Rider and Gyrocopter pickup, it also allows Geek Fam to hit that mid-game tempo against Team Adroit.
Possibly, right. We are looking at our final pick here for Adroit. So far there's a lot of utility on Adroit, right? They've got the Venge for the save, they've got the Tiny for mid-game tempo, you've got that Clockwork as well. But of course you need a source of damage for all this, right? You can't have all this lockdown if you can't kill off those targets. Any big heroes that Adroit like to pick up alongside that Clockwork and Tiny?
Ember Spirit is still in the pool.
Spirit is still in the pool. Natsumi Hero, Spectre, TV, PL.
Most of the carriers have already been banned out, so you don't have much choice to work with. I do think if you want to look at one, PA look okay in this game for Adroit, but laning wise it's gonna be destroyed by Bat Rider. So most of the melee carry is kind of out of the pool because of this Bat Rider. So not much choice you can play with, honestly, unless you want to go back with the Riki.
I think Medusa is not bad for Adroit. You have the Venge to pair up with the Medusa. The Drow Ranger is also kind of buffed as well. Multi-shot cooldown reduced. Your Gust Blind has been increased. Icefall really wants that Drow Ranger to come back into the meta. Also, it's also pretty decent against hero like this Bat Rider who wants to jump the backline, right? So maybe Adroit can consider that. I'm still expecting a Medusa to make a comeback because of the buff in this recent patch. They made her pretty darn strong. Luna also received some love from Icefall as well, so you might see that. But the Lifestealer,
the classic counter to the Bat Rider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the only worry here is that you have the Disruptor ultimate against the Nyx, so Nyx has to be really careful. But you can always rely on the Vengeful Swap to get you out of trouble, right?
Lifestealer Bomb, you have this Clockwork Infest. And something that I've noticed for quite a while, the Clockwork model is particularly huge.
Just a bit.
And why is Nyx so small?
Yeah, like what is this, position 1 Clockwork?
Well, I mean, he has to fit inside the clock, right? So you kind of need to...
That's true.
Yeah. What?
Okay, fine.
Okay. What else do you think?
Team ban.
Oh, actually banned the Slaughter themselves. So I remember, guys, Bog is one of the heroes that can really make our tree work.
Oh yeah.
I think Fogg has pointed this before. Adroit is one of the best team in Southeast Asia to run a Clockwork. So I do believe this might be a tree Clockwork by Bog himself.
Yeah, SF ban now. We've seen the SF Venge in that last game between Adroit and Boom Esports. SF was absolutely massive because he also received some recent buffs. Now it makes him hit like a truck. What? 1/3 of a Divine Repeat at level 20. Oh, juicy.
So Puck with last ban here for Geek Fam. We'll be going for our last picks here.
Yep. The Adroit is really lacking with a mid hero that can do a lot of magic burst damage.
The SF felt like a very nice ban too.
Yeah, I think the Void Spirit right now is probably a ban that Geek Fam wants to look at.
Do you think maybe this is the time where Adroit just pulls something crazy? It's game 2. If it doesn't work, they've got that game 3.
Yeah, but the thing is they don't have a last pick, so anything crazy enough, but still you have to be blind. You need to blind pick yourself into Geek Fam, and we know Carl, he's a very high mechanical skill mid hero, so you have to respect that. I do think if you need the mid hero here, you need anything that can go 50-50.
The Carl Invoker.
5 seconds.
It's gonna enable the Gyrocopter. We've seen that before as well. Adroit for mid laner, I think right now you are 50-50. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit is
Radiant
okay.
team pick.
Unless you see a max that high mid, Ember Spirit is there. Yep.
This is another hero that Mac really loves. It allows, like right now you have a lot of vehicle for the Knights. You can hop onto the Ember, Clock, or even a Tiny.
Yeah, you get.
There's a lot of save too, a lot of initiation coming out
10
from Adroit side.
seconds
So if
remaining.
Adroit manage to get the initiation first on Geek Fam, it's gonna be pretty hard for
5
Geek Fam to
seconds
react to that.
remaining.
Yeah, you know the life. Like Asumi gets to try out, you know, all this different type of transportation and gets to rate them. Which one is 5 stars and which one is not.
Which one looks nicer too?
Which one looks nicer? You want
The
a
more expensive ride, or you know, the cheaper, more expendable ride?
Yeah, Cloudwood looks like the Uber XL right now.
Uber XL.
Model is so huge.
That being said, Geek Fam right now, they are really lacking of any frontliner that can protect the gyrocopter. I think DK looks pretty solid here.
Yeah.
against
He was
Adroit.
DK is banned now.
out.
The Centaur,
Oh,
Right.
that was the first ban, okay.
Yeah.
Even I'm not sure if they want to go for the axe. I think Mars is also still in the pool. Most traditional is probably the Centaur right now. But if you want to kind of have synergy with this trend, Static Storm, and Call Down, you always have the Mars for Geek Fam.
Yeah, and we all know like Cuckoo always loves the last pick for himself.
Yeah.
So that he can always deal with the whatever carry hero from the opposite side.
Why do I think this is going to be a crazy last pick here for Geek Fam?
It has to be. It's either they go all in and they, go big or go home. I think this is Geek Fam's final stat.
Yeah, whenever you talk about craziness, I always think of Alchemist.
Black Hole.
Well, I'm
Maybe
looking.
Enigma?
I'm looking at Geek Fam, and I'm just. For me, I feel that the Arc Warden its completely counters out that Life Stealer.
But it will become a super greedy lineup if you throw the Arc Warden in right now.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I
feel.
think about the Warden too, but you're playing into Ember Spirit, you can run in your face, Clockwork Hawk, Tiny Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I'm looking at Geek Fam. They've got 4 heroes right now that can fight quite early, but we're gonna go for Beastmaster instead.
So it's a mid Bat Rider against the Ember Spirit.
Yep.
We've seen what Vision can do, right? So we'll see if this is going to be enough for Geek Fam to sort of bring this into that next matchup. But aside from what we have seen, I got to hear your predictions for this. Do you think we're going to a 3rd game?
There's a possibility. I like Geek Fam's current draft right now. If they play this out correctly, I think Adroit is going to have a pretty tough time. Life Stealer is particularly good against Gyrocopter though. I still feel like Adroit has a slight edge, but I'm going to give Geek Fam the benefit of doubt.
I do agree with Husky. I feel like Geek Fam themselves have a really solid draft this time, but I love to look at the psychology side of the teams. I do feel like Adroit is having a pretty good run, whereas Geek Fam, they're 0-3 in the playoff, then might feel a little bit shaky, so I'm going with Adroit.
Yeah, I'm going to give the Fam a benefit of doubt. I love a game 3, and I think Geek Fam, they probably will have adjusted to what Adroit has.
All right, looks like the panel's going to be tied 1-1. Both of them won't be shark bait. It'll just be one. But we are done so far on the panel. This might be our last game of this series, but it's all up to Geek Fam. Lyrical and Winter, take it away for game 2.
Is going to come out on top. We'll find out in just a few. Winter, we got ourselves the Beastmaster yet again. Cuckoo on another one of his crazy heroes that he loves to play. I guess Beastmaster's not that crazy anymore, but it's a Life Stealer. I feel like I haven't seen this in a while. I'm curious to see what Natsumi does on it. What do you think about the 2 drafts?
Life Stealer's good against Gyrocopter, but he's against Lasso, Tree, and Ultimate, and the Beastmaster role. So he's gonna get stunned a lot in the team fight. Maybe SNY is gonna help him get status with this.
SNY, maybe go Satanic for maximum amount of life to steal, but we'll have to see if that's going to be the crazy build they go for. Game number 2, elimination match. Hypothetically, we'll see if Geek Fam has what it takes to keep on in the series, or if it's going to be Adroit winning 2-0. Let's find out now.
This is gonna sting!
Prepare for battle.
This is gonna sting!
And we're back into the game now as we get ready to go. It is off to the races for Mr. Zephyr playing on his tree, already with the Orb of Venom, ready to just punch people in the face very hard. That's what we love to see in these games. Boomy gonna be playing on his Tiny already, got his boots early. So Winter, you're telling me that you feel like it's hard to play Lifestealer into just like massive amounts of BKB piercing disable, which I would heavily agree with. They do have some amount of save at least, like CML is there for the Venge. I don't know, maybe like the Clockwork Lifestealer bombs can make it work though. What do you think?
It's good against the gyro. That one I can agree to it, but I don't think it's that free of a Lifestealer game. The Venge can deal with the swap, but the raw, the Treant ultimate is still going to be very, very annoying for him. And you don't really want to get a Manta to dispel the Treant ultimate, because that item is not very good on Lifestealer. Maybe you would get a Halberd.
Yeah,
The battle
kind of wondering what the
begins.
build is going to be as a whole. Like, do we go back to the old days of like Radiance Lifesteal, or is that just completely dead?
Don't think that item is that good on Lifestealer this game. And generally, you kind of want to build cheap items so that you can fight much better. The Radiance is good only against I think Illusion Heroes. If you are dealing with Illusion Heroes as Lifestealer, then the Radiance would be a viable option.
Okay. You just got, Manta stuck in my mind, and I was thinking like, oh man, Manta Radiance, let's go. Everybody just pretend to be Naga Siren from 4 years ago. But we'll
No
see.
one builds. I don't think anyone builds Manta Radiance anymore now.
No, it's sad. Oh, Spectre.
Sad?
Spectre built it.
It's sad.
Spectre built it. Yeah. I will say Spectre's is a little bit different though. It's a very different type of
It's
Manta
more
Radiance.
like the disgusting Manta Radiance, The Spectre is more like fighting Manta Radiance.
Right.
He doesn't use it the same way as Naga.
No. Should keep our eyes here on the mid lane. Mac playing on his Ember Spirit, going up against Carl, who is now playing on the Batrider mid. So a little bit of a change up from the Queen of Pain that we saw in the last game.
We saw this match yesterday. Your Parch against Moon. And the Ember was able to survive this lane.
He's able to get a solo kill, in fact. If I remember correctly. Off of just a little bit too aggressive of plays from the Batrider. The change also that we saw in the patch for Batrider, I think makes this a little bit easier at the early levels now. You don't have that 70% reduction of the turn rate. It makes it a lot easier, I think.
That's a big deal for the lane. 40, 50, 60, 70. I mean, I guess the Batrider was just too good in the laning phase to a certain degree. I mean, it's still good, like the turn rate reduced by like 40%, it's like almost half of it. It's still annoying.
Yeah, definitely. Top lane, Zephyr, gonna get pushed back a little bit there. He throws out the Nature's Grasp. It's so hard to trade when you're just standing here in the grasp as a Treant, and with that CML, not really able to get that much more pressure onto him. He's gonna have to tango and then head on back through the trees. Cuckoo in the meantime, let's try and chase down the courier, realizes that's not gonna happen, but now Zephyr continuing to chase with this Orb of Venom, has a Fairy Fire as well. The creep wave was still living though, so they weren't able to aggro onto the Treant.
He's actually going for a very aggressive build with the lead seed at level 2, so he has no points in the armor. He just wants to maximize the pressure that he can do in the lane. And his Venge support, you can do nothing against the tree. Sad life. He punches you, you cannot trade. You stun him, you don't feel good using your 100 mana.
I mean, none of these lanes right now are going well for Adroit. They're kind of just losing all three. And CML is likely just in, although he did look into tower range. CML now walking away from Cuckoo. They will be able to bring him down. So Cuckoo drawing that first blood by Natsumi. Can he chase down this Beastmaster? Nice. His way through the trees. Trying to chase a little bit through the point. Oh my god, they got the solo kill on the Ember again. Cole went down mid. Natsumi might end up paying for his transgressions though. So they will be able to kill Natsumi. Cuckoo chased. Oh my god, CML's gonna die too. CML, no. He runs away from him. But they got that kill mid. He dove too far.
Yeah, that was what happened to Nana, if I remember correctly too. He dove for the Ember when he was when he had like what I think 5 or 6 stacks of napalm, and the same thing happened. Someone TP'd in, and the Batrider died.
Now he might lose another one.
Dire's
To
middle
kill people under
tower
the tower because of the bonus armor, a little bit of bonus regen.
They managed to blow up Whitemon. Yeah, that bonus HP regen, everything. People underestimating the extent to which you can sustain. But top lane definitely going well for Geek Fam. But now they're starting to catch up in other places, it looks like. Nature's Grasp again on the CML up top, and Zephyr is just going to beat him out of the lane. Does have a salve though for CML at least.
He's having a very tough time at top. Lifesteal isn't farming that well. He's getting pressured a lot. And here comes the boomy rotation. When my partner's in trouble, time to give him a helping hand.
That is super scouted though, as they're trying to secure these runes, and
You
Zephyr.
say scouted, but
Yeah. Oh my God, Cuckoo tried to go for it. Is not going to be able to walk away from this easily. All right, well, he just TP's out then instead back to the tower. And in the end, it does look like Adroit is going to end up getting 3 runes and also finding the kill onto Whitemon afterwards. So, you know, it's still looking kind of rough. This gyrocopter is complete and total free farm. But
you think they saw the tiny coming, but no. They still wanted to fight the rune.
yeah,
So what does the gyrocopter build here? What is your item? Because you don't go Maelstrom anymore. You don't. So you what? You go S. Do you go S and Y or you go X S and Y? I actually don't really know what's the build.
for the gyro,
Yeah. What do you
I'm
do
not
now?
sure. I think, like, against this lineup, lifesteal feels very important with the Aghanims because he's going to be disabled for a little bit. So, like, he's still live long enough to pop Satanic.
You're talking about the lines SMY, Satanic at some point. Aghanims, SMY, Satanic with maybe a BKB.
Yeah, but I don't know if he does any damage then, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. Maybe like a casual javelin somewhere.
He just needs to stand in front.
Yeah.
Everyone else in his team. They're in top lane. Oh, TP got cancelled. His TP got cancelled.
Hold on. Yeah, CML's just gonna die. Natsumi is gonna have to chill. And Mac actually gonna pop the regen rune and start running up here with the 3 remnants available. So you gonna try and kill Whitemon? He doesn't have glimpse up available.
Dire's middle
So
tower
they get the
is
sleight
under
of fist
attack.
out.
He needs to change.
That's unfortunate for Mac. Well, a rotation into no kill. Doesn't feel great. Toss back bottom. Bach. They didn't even need the hook shot to get the initiation off, and now Raven dropping down low. Raven in trouble. Raven, get away. And Whitemon trying to make the rotation and save his carry. Does that indeed. Well played.
Oh, Bob didn't manage to get the scout with the rocket flag. He had actually put shot up. So correct one for the kill at the medium top lane. Here comes the Amber. Okay.
Down. Does he get lucky? Doesn't get lucky. Not able to get the chains there.
What was that? 5 units? So he actually had a 50-50 shot. Because he was 2 out of 5.
I will say, I think if Cuckoo gets chained there, he just GG's and leaves the game. It's tilting.
I mean, sometimes shit happens, you know?
Yeah.
You get angry. But you still gotta play the game.
That's what you think, Winter.
That's what I think. That's what you should do.
Yeah, that's true.
Stop whining and play the game. Oh, he got a DB again. Oh,
Hook shot. Bottom lane, Bach finding Whitemon. He's going to try and chase him down, and that's going to be another kill. Bach. So pretty good start here.
Oh yeah, I haven't really talked about the core clockwork. I think
Dire's
the reason
middle
why
tower
clockwork
is under
is the core of this game is because of the gyro. Clockwork is a very good counter pick against gyro. And you so it destroys the gyrocopter.
Yeah. I wonder how much that's going to force Raven to change his game. Because all those items we were talking about doesn't really solve like a clockwork hook shot blade mail.
That's true. So maybe you go 1 item into BKB. But if that 1 item you're going is X, I'm not sure if you want to build BKB after the X. You probably want to build it next after another item, like a damage item or a scaling item.
Yeah, this clockwork's actually a really annoying pick for him.
Huh?
Such a cool idea.
It forces you to get BKB when you don't want to.
Yeah.
Or you can just play on the fact that hope the disruptor gets the glimpse every time on him. Sometimes you gotta use your teammates, man, as a carry.
Use him. Get him done. Boomy. They toss him onto him. Raven gets hit by the open wounds. Trying to move in with Boomy. Avalanche is going to connect, throwing everything they can. Cuckoo has the roar though. Mac now shows up. Sleight of Fist is available. They're not deciding to use the roar. Instead, throw out the stun. They've lost Boomy already. CML get the bonus damage, bringing in the clockwork afterwards. He's still got hookshot available. Natsumi jumps inside of CML to keep him alive, trying to pull him in closer, and the big infest to keep him out. Now the chase down Mac, everybody's down super low, and Cuckoo also gonna end up falling down. Do they manage to get the kill? The roar is there, but the illusions are chasing, and they will find him. So in the end, 3 for 1, and that one was CML.
Yeah, they got too greedy, way too greedy. He didn't want to use the raw for the bench, so they kept chasing and kept chasing. And in the end, he baited his team into a very awkward position because he wanted to save the raw for a +1 kill, you know? Sometimes you get greedy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Raven, DD, gonna be denied. And yeah, I mean, again, he's pretty farmed, but it just feels like he needs so many items in this early game. I don't know, when he gets like fully stacked up, do you think that he's gonna be the strongest core in the game?
Lifestealer is stronger than him.
Yeah.
It's just that Lifestealer is up against counters, but like you said, there's solutions towards the counters. They can get a Lotus later, they can get a swap for the lasso. I think Lotus is going to be a very crucial item for the clock to buy at some point. Hookshot, is he going to try? He knows the trend, you know?
Boom! There he
He's thinking.
Ah, behind, get strong.
Oh, go for it all. Bach, do it for one time. He's not gonna do it. That'd be crazy. Top lane, Cuckoo's playing his role, has the catapult, as well as the Necrobook level 1, and is just gonna start to beat down the tower.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And in the meantime, Zephyr being very annoying on this Treant. Very, very annoying. And at the same time, Geek Fam are actually going in mid lane as well. So they're forcing 2 lanes simultaneously, and they gotta be real careful on Raven here. Whitemon is likely dead, as they do have the stun. And what? Okay. Oh, they tried to do the swap play, and they timed it a little bit off. So CML thought about swapping out with Boomy there to save his own life, but besides that is not the right play, and they will not be able to get the free tower.
How can he put his partner in danger? How can he?
Dire's middle tower.
Raven gets the tower. Well played. So 2 for 1 tower exchange. Okay.
So what's our Lifestealer doing? He went for what, Millsong? He actually built a Millsong?
He has something coming out. Dead item.
I mean, I guess it's... If you talk about Lifestealer and farming items, you don't really have too many options.
Yeah. A lot of the other ones that have been picked up have been like sort of javelins into MKBs, but MKB first time on Lifestealer sounds terrible.
Yep. No bueno.
No bueno. That's right. Now Cuckoo gonna get caught here. An avalanche. Raven showing up, doing a good bit of damage. Cuckoo trying to get out of there, and he is going to be able to make his way out. Bach now trying to TP out of there as well, and he's going to complete his TP. Boomy throws Whitemon away from himself. Oh, and then Mac comes in and cleans up Cuckoo. Now the turn, they get the glimpse back, Zephyr and Whitemon, but Mac has shown up and has chased him down, and Lifestealer is inside of a creep and running after them as well. It's got so much movement speed, they might actually be able to find Zephyr here afterwards. Infest pops out, they got him in the root, and now the beatdown is going to commence. Eventually, they find him. Oh, and that was really well done. Able to get out of there as well with the illusion rune. And they had to cancel the TP afterwards. Boomy barely living as the Necro Archer is chasing him. And CML is going to move on in there afterwards.
Yeah, he all started with the initiation on the beast, and Natani sort of like he was a little bit overzealous that he just threw his spell. He thought the beast was gonna die instead of trying to use his Q and W, the avalanche toss together, so you get the bonus damage. And it allowed Cuckoo to, I think he survived with 50 HP because they didn't have enough damage to burst him, and he got the raw off. But that kind of worked against their team because they decided to stick around and fight, and that's when the Ember came in on time to clean up the kills.
Right.
If Cuckoo died at the start, I think they would have decided not to fight. Probably.
It's weird how that works, right? Like they just had buy enough time to bring the numbers, and then the fight works out for them. But
sometimes things just don't go according to plans, and you have to adapt.
it does kind of feel like that's been the story of Geek Fam this game, in a way, and in the series, in fact.
Runes. Time for the juicy runes.
Think that they do not know about, well, it feels like they kind of know about the smoke, the way that they're playing. CML is going to be there to break the smoke on all of them. Max shows up now. Just get a pretty good vision of everybody, but Bach is going to be there in just a moment as well. They've already used this Hunter ulti, bringing them down low and finding the kill onto Plaguestealer as well. Bach couldn't get there in time, and they just blew up 3.
I don't think they
That
knew.
was huge.
I don't think they knew
Radiant's
yet.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Dire's bottom
probably
tower
not.
is under attack.
That was a good stun there by the
Dire
Gyro.
structures
He used
are
his
fortified.
homing missile on the bench instead of the Ember, and he got the bench in time, so he couldn't swap the Ember out of the static storm, and they were able to kill him.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Very,
attack.
very well done.
So he's indeed going BKB
Dire's
after
bottom
the
tower
Aghanims
has fallen.
on the Gyro.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
Like you said, it's a tough situation, right? You're playing against a clockwork. You wanna get a BKB.
Yeah, but you don't at the same time. But maybe it's gonna end up working out. Like if he can weather that storm, and then just depend, I guess, upon the rest of his cores to lock down the lifesteal, or maybe he's gonna be able to make that stuff happen. Like that last fight that we saw. Natsumi's gonna need to deal with that. He needs to have an answer to Disruptor ulti.
Yeah, like I said earlier about the draft, the Gyro is kind of like the front line. Even though you're talking about the lack of damage if you go Aghanims BKB, but everyone else on his team can contribute some form of damage.
Radiant are
So all
scanning.
he needs to do is just stay in front, take all the damage.
Oh, Mac. Remnant's out of there. Glimpse comes afterwards, gets the other Remnant, and then he's away. Carl's still thinking about chasing. They have the root underneath the tower. Look at the damage. Oh, Coral barely gonna live there, but now the fight's going out. Baki misses the hook shot to escape, and now they're gonna be able to find him dead. So another pickup there. Geek Fam fighting back in this game number 2 with their tournament life in the line. It's a 3,000 gold lead for them, and they are starting to build some momentum. This is what they need if they want to stay in the tournament.
And bye-bye.
We'll be able to find him and kill him afterwards, it looks like, as well.
Dire's
The boom
turret
drops,
has been killed.
and Geek Fam continue to control the map.
It's very, very hard for the Dire team to win a head-on clash right now. If the Radiant team is ready, everyone's in position, because their lineup doesn't have like a big team fight hero, right? Compared to Geek Fam's, like they have the Treant, they have the Disruptor.
And Natsumi gets the rage off there. Oh, and they might have gone a bit too far. As Mac. Oh, jeez. That cosmetic is amazing. The hook shot. Gonna try and find that back line, and they found 2 of them. Zephyr is gonna be the only one caught as Bat Rider immediately waddles his way on the other side of that one. Bach living barely by virtue of that flame break.
Dire's top tower is
Stop the
under
Roche.
attack.
The Treant actually has a Veil, and he gone for a Max Leech Seed and Max Nature's Grass.
No points in
Radiant's
living armor
middle
tree.
tower is under attack.
No problem.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, they've only taken 1 tower.
It's not just for the power game, huh? It's for the heroes too.
He's dead though.
Come on.
Very much there. It wouldn't have mattered there at all. I like the tree build a lot.
You're not a tree player.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, you're actually a tree player. You play
What?
Darkseer, you play Underlord.
Is that what Treant is?
No.
Oh my god. Oh, Winter, no. What a terrible pun.
But you are an offlane player.
Yeah, I am an offlane player. That took me a second to get. Oh god. I do love some good puns though. But you gotta just. Ooh. Carl trying to chase down Natsumi, jumps inside of the creep. Lasso this, I tell ya. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I missed that line.
That's
Korean line. Yeah. It's very tilting, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Natsumi, no way to get him out.
Okay, he's very strong right now with the Maelstrom and the Halberd. It is go time. So what did the Ember go for? Did he go for Desolator? Or...
Dire's
BKB.
top tower
So
is
it's
under
BKB?
attack.
Okay.
No.
Okay, go
Have
time.
that one done. They
Go
don't
time.
have Infest though. They had to use it to make sure the life stealer did not die earlier.
It's okay. It's not that important of a spell.
Okay. Fair enough. I find Carl, able to catch him. Cuckoo there with the roar, but the avalanche taunts. Nicely played. They managed to find the roar afterwards. On to Mac. BKB used, not doing anything in the duration of this 10-second BKB. CML still chasing. They find themselves one. It's on the tree, and Zephyr is going to fall afterwards. Well done. 2 dead. Now afterwards, with Venge gone, what more can Adroit find? Maybe mid?
Can't really do rush with their heroes, so they have to just go over towers.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Does feel to be the idea. Whitemon does have Static Storm available with Raven nearby. I think Natsumi has to rage this one. Yeah, he's gonna rage
Radiant's
it.
middle tower is falling.
Otherwise, could have potentially be brought down.
I'm not sure about using cooldowns like this anymore, because it's a pretty long cooldown.
Speedy rune of haste.
It's a 90-second
Radiant's middle
cooldown.
tower is under
I feel
attack.
like right now it's a bit more punishing if you're pretty okay with just spamming the ulti for farming or just pushing out creep waves, you know. It's not I don't think you can use it as liberal as before, where the cooldown was what, 40 seconds, 50 seconds.
Yeah, it was like a boat. It was crazy.
Dire are scanning.
But they increased the damage of it slightly on the second missile.
Which I like. I think that it's a better type of ulti. Using an ulti just to like farm up big stacks always felt very strange to me.
But that's the hero before. You could just snowball from taking all the small fights and speed farming. I feel like I like the old one with less damage but less cooldown.
Yeah. They did bring down the cooldown of Flat Cannon as well, so trying to play Gyro as more of a right clicker, it feels like, with occasional big team fight spells. Avalanche, Zephyr, tossing him. They're getting him. Trying to find the kill, but the overgrowth comes out and you don't want to have to use a BKB charge that. Oh, that was well done. He gets the little damage out onto the tree afterwards.
Burn away your ignorance.
It was very well done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And with that,
Dire's structures are
2,000
fortified.
gold lead for Geek Fam, being whittled away slowly but steadily. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with Raven now. Like, BKB Aghanim feels like, okay, now I probably am not going to die. But it's like, do they want to take fights with this, or do they just want to try and let him be able to keep farming? I'm not sure what the goal is for Geek Fam now.
So the thing is, they're gonna run into damage issues right now because of the BKB on the Ember and the Rage on the Lifesteal. They don't really have enough right click damage. I mean, that's pretty much the Echo Book. And some right click damage from the Gyro. Not much, but there's some.
Yeah.
They have to rely on, I think, the initiation. They need to get the jump. I think if they kill the bench right off the bat, usually it's not a good idea to kill the bench right off the bat. Usually, but it's a support bench, so you have to take her out, remove the swap so that you can use the lasso or the raw onto the lifestealer safely.
Yeah. Well, Natsumi next, he actually is going to be going back for the Manta, actually. So opting to go for that more defensive item and just allow himself to...
The Trion is something that you kind of always think about, you know. And you want one of your supports or offlaner to get a Lotus Orb at some point. It's a big item for support to get.
Thinking about going in now. 5 seconds until Infest is back up again. Might still lay the jump in the Bach at a moment's notice. And he again and killed, roared, and they actually get the hook shot through him afterwards, stopping Carl. And a second slot to pull him back in, even closer lasso, but it's not looking like enough. Carl is just gonna die. Oh my word. Adroit take down 2 and force out a bunch of spells. This is looking very nice for them again.
I mean, I think he can't really push up with his hero there. Like, it's very dangerous for the beast. Everyone was missing and the Beastmaster was pushing out the mid lane. And usually you don't want to be doing that. Or if you want to do that because it's a dangerous place, right? You do it just with your creeps or your necrobo. You don't show your hero anywhere near the area. I think once he got caught, there was no way they could have taken any fights.
Well, it feels like Boomy's doing a really good job of making sure that he's in position to catch that one hero through and like find the toss back. Like, there's a lot of summons around Beastmaster. Being able to like single him out.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that only happened because he was not playing cautiously enough, you know, because you don't see anyone on the map, and you understand that you're pushing a place that's very near to enemy territory, so you shouldn't use your actual hero to do it, or at least you just hide far away, just let your summons do your job. And now they're gonna smoke up. It's time that they find an initiation on their own. The Treant has a dagger right now, that's a big item. Parada has travels to join the fight. He has DD.
Yeah, and they are. Ooh, Whitemon. Does he catch vision of CML? He will, and decides not to glimpse. The rest of his team is back to Oh man.
How fast is this?
It's going. But the hook shot is available. They're moving in closer. A DD pop from Carl. They're trying to get... I don't know about that. This is looking really deadly. They got to get the heck out of there. Yeah, and Geek Fam are wisely going to back out.
Not too much of a risk against Carl.
Zephyr, scouting, missing the hook shot. But they find him afterwards. The big old jump there. Natsumi doesn't get hit by the second one. Trying to go in for the last one. The slowdown afterwards. On the open wounds, they have the roar onto the Ember, but they tossed maybe away. They toss him out. Back is going to live. They get the sun afterwards. Disrupt ulti down with some pretty good damage. But they have their BKBs already out and the rage available as well. They are tearing them apart one by one. Raven will escape, but everyone else will die. And into the pit they roll. Adroit looking to try and keep their place in this tournament.
You saw the with damage. They didn't have enough damage to kill off the Ember. Like, not enough right-click damage. He popped his BKB. He got, I think he got Raw. He got lassoed, right? Both of the ultimates were on the Ember, but they still finish off the Ember.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's interesting too, right? Because it's such a battle of vision where I think with the Beastmaster, you're setting up for like the longer plays, figuring out where to smoke with the Call of the Wild and maintaining vision. And the Clockwork in that instance was just put the flare up, jump everybody. And it worked better for them. I think that there wasn't a Hawk in position in the over there. It's just the tree that was scouting.
But I felt like they kind of knew it was coming. And they were actually posturing around the edges of the high ground. So they knew. Yeah, they definitely had some semblance of idea that the Dire is coming in, you know.
Definitely.
Just felt that way. It was just like maybe they were not on the same page on who to go for. And I don't think the Gyro got even one right click off the Ember when he was lasso anymore. He was focusing on another hero.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. And I mean, even if he was focusing them down, Raven just does not have that much damage right now. Let's pick up a Titan Sliver. That's a really nice pickup for him.
Yeah, that's great. That's actually the perfect neutral item for him.
That is totally what he needed. Because otherwise, things are looking real scary.
Yeah, Gaben's trying to keep the game interesting.
Under attack.
Again, we do have a lot of ways to keep the gyrocopter alive, but now it's just a sort of keeping everybody else alive afterwards that they got to do. Make sure that the fight is not lost before it even begins.
They just have to fight, be disciplined and fight around the gyro. Because like you said, right, he's, even though he doesn't have a lot of damage, but he's the only right-click damage.
Avalanche toss yet again, jump in, blow Cuckoo, why not? Meanwhile, the hook shot on top of the lasso, Raven in the midst of all of it. He's the one that's being initiated on. Now, can they kill him off? It's BKB is there, Overgrowth afterwards, but Raven just has to run away. And, I mean, they're slowing down the game a little bit, but it's not enough. They're losing hero after hero, and Adroit just continue to grab a stranglehold on
jump
the game.
first again, you know, when you're a Beastmaster, you should have a vision advantage. Right? You should know that something is happening because they don't see anyone on the map. But this time, I'm pretty sure they didn't know what was coming because the Beastmaster, he actually just ran up the Balturian area. He just walked up right away. Like he wasn't really expecting a smoke gank to come, you know. So they just didn't know. And the moment he gets jumped, the fight is over. You cannot take the fight anymore.
Trying to delay this game and hope and dream of putting all of their eggs in the Raven basket. Who is getting closer and closer to that Satanic.
10 minutes. He needs 10 minutes. Satanic and finish the Rapier.
Start the Rapier.
Okay, fine. Start the Rapier. Okay, fine. I know he doesn't have anything yet.
Oh, poor Cuckoo.
I say 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's true. Oh, they're bringing in the Bat Rider too. TP onto the Hawk. He's rooted. He's stunned. They're thinking about getting out of there, but the sandwich. Oh, the sandwich. Oh, they got Raven for the moment, but he's living. But the jumping comes from Bowie. He's so low before the fight begins. Zephyr. He has Overgrowth back up in 5 seconds if they can make it work. This is maybe their chance. Raven down so low though, and is gonna die. 70 seconds on the sideline. They lose their carry, their core, and most of their team fight. And now it's going to be a tier 2 tower assaulted.
Right,
Adroit.
that's like 1 foot in the coffin already for Geek Fam because the gyro died there. It was his first death of the game, but because of the state of the game, it was very, very, very costly for the whole team.
Can you imagine if that root was just like off cooldown a second earlier or something, you know? That might save his life there.
Yeah, maybe. But like everyone says, you know, Dota is a game of seconds.
Well, this is the second game and it's not looking like they're gonna have a second chance here. Geek Fam, things are looking really tough.
Tomorrow maybe.
I mean, well no, it's the lower bracket.
Okay.
This is a tough one, man.
Okay, next event.
There's always another game of Dota. Yeah, it's true. It's a good mentality to have.
It's a new patch, you know. Sometimes stuff happen. You don't really understand. I mean, they were on a good run before this until the patch came.
It was interesting. Adroit and Geek Fam were my 2 dark horses to win the whole tournament.
And then Gaben decided, no,
we're gonna have a patch.
We want to make sure Gabe doesn't get it right.
That's right.
There can only be one Gaben.
Double damage empowers me.
Fightmon. They get the missile onto him. There is no chance for a follow-up. And now he's got an Aghanim on this Ember. Yeah, this is looking tough. DD Aghanim Scepter with the BKB on Mac. This guy's got a gem and everything. He is ready to party.
In some ways, I feel like he's the hidden gem of this team.
Yeah?
He's someone that we don't really talk about a lot when we always mention this team. But especially for me, I always talk about the supports, the offlaner, which is being asshole right now. Nothing to talk about.
He's still got his BB wearing out though in the second. Boss gets his plate out. Does some damage, not enough. I kill off one. Can they bring down back? Natsumi jumps in. They immediately manta off the root on the Lifestealer, chasing forward, finding the bash, because yeah, he's got a basher on top of everything else. Swaps back in. Carl needs another couple punches to get the work away. And now Raven left all alone to his own devices. He's looking off the BKB Satanic, he's actually Lifestealing a lot. Because against a Lifestealer, does he find the bash? No bashes in all of that.
No more swap, but you still see, right? the gyro timed his BKB as late as possible. He actually used it at the best possible moment, but they still couldn't do enough damage to finish anyone off.
And look at Zephyr. Finds the pickoff onto CML, who's just taking his time getting out of the jungle and gets beaten down by the tree.
The bat actually did a really good job in initiating. Carl jumped in, he lassoed the, I can't remember who was it, the life stealer, and then he used his use on the bench so he couldn't swap. But still, given everything that went perfectly initially, they still didn't have enough damage to finish the fight.
Right. Well, it shows the strength of this lineup if they can find that initiation on Geek Fam. Dota is still so much a game of lockdown, and they have a ton of it.
But if you have lockdown and not enough damage, what does the lockdown do?
Right. But you know how you get that damage, don't you? Raven's working on it. He's doing it.
Does he have time though? That's the question.
Yeah.
Time waits for no one.
Top tower is under attack.
Adroit might have to wait for someone though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Mr.
attack.
Roshan, maybe?
Radiant's
2.5 minute cooldown for it.
I didn't know you need Roshan's permission to end the game.
Maybe you don't, alright. You think they can end it without Rosh?
Maybe. They kill them all?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
That's a good call. Let's see if they do it. It's a big cross-map smoke coming right now.
There's always this thing called just kill them low.
Just kill them low. And they're gonna find Zephyr and kill him. Lol. That was nice, by the way. They passed over the gem onto Bach. I think that the Ember had it earlier. But as he was TPing in, they handed it over to the
items like gem.
And they're gonna chase down and kill off White Mons. That's 2 of them dead. And a double catapult wave.
Is under attack.
Double the fun.
Why are they leaving?
Doesn't look good. Huh? They don't feel comfortable with it. They're taking their time.
2 heroes dead. Okay, that was very, very conservative by Adroit.
Yeah.
Oh, at least I thought they would try to poke. Okay, that makes sense because there's a trend. So if you can't kill the tower, why poke? Okay. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. Adroit's just very, very smart.
It's just a nice way of saying I'm an idiot.
You gotta put it in the nicest terms, Winter. Come on, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus.
You can be honest.
I am honest. You're very, very smart. 37 minutes. Next tier of neutrals as well, I believe. So tier 4 items ready and available. Oh, they got a Lotus on the Tiny too.
Yeah, that's the money item this game. Counters everything on Radiant.
Leveler.
Until the Disruptor has an Agams, then it counters everything.
You know, Raven is getting dangerously close to this rapier, as they will kill off the Disruptor yet again, trying to get some vision down.
I actually feel the rapier. Do they have armor, aura? They have. Okay, actually might be. They actually might mean a lot. There's no AC. There's not much armor items.
Clockwork is about to have a Crimson Guard. He's having it delivered right now.
That's huge. That's really good against Gyro. Good itemization.
Oh, and a DD up top. That also is real nice for Adroit right now, as they are walking into the pit. Roche half HP. So Geek Fam
needs to buy the Rapier. Geek Fam just needs to buy the Rapier. You cannot afford to save buyback. It's YOLO.
I think he's feeling the same way, especially when they know that he's coming out. Here's the other big question that I got for you. Does he keep the Titan Sliver, or does he pick up the Leveler for himself?
Titan Sliver? Better? No, he got something else.
Illusion Escape. I think he gets the Leveler.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Sounds really good to me.
I mean, the status resistance is nice on the Sliver.
Tower is under attack.
Not sure about the Illusion Escape. 14 strength, 14
Radiant's
agility.
top tower is under attack.
They're pressuring top, and Raven gonna move his way in here. Does have the rapier ready and is gonna be assembled. He did not do the accidental sell rapier button
Radiant
that I've seen somebody else do before.
Ooh.
God, I don't remember. It was a while ago.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, I don't want to flame play it. Oh, and with the illusionist clay here, look at that. He's gonna try and bait it out. This is pretty nice. Let's see if they fall for the bait or not.
But you just said Adroit is really smart.
It's true. You can be smart and fall for a bait. It's
So
just
then you're
smarter
not-
bait than the other ones. Nobody is ever stupid or dumb, Winter. The other team is always making the right move.
Dire are scanning.
Nobody makes mistake, yeah?
Oh, they make mistakes, but the mistake had to be capitalized on. The positivity that we're looking for. Ooh, Bat Rider got a BKB now. God, everybody's running so fast. Why? And Zephyr. Okay, they started off a big jump. Ember in some trouble. Did they have enough to bring him down though? Doesn't quite look like it. Trying to walk away from there. Cheese is going to be popped. Disarm though onto Aghanims. Doesn't really work that way. A lot of damage onto the rest of the joint. Raven trying to bring him down, beat him down. He's still turning. Look at the damage out from this gyrocopter. That's a rapier, but no more satanic left. Trying to kite him, trying to kill him, trying to do it all. Raven's doing it all. He kills another. Triple kill. Is it going to be enough to chase down that Sumi? It doesn't look like they want to tempt fate. Raven is going to back out to the side, but that is rapier gaming. And he wants another Aghanims. He doesn't care.
Wait, the Clockwork didn't pop his Crimson and he just died? I think if he was able to pop the Crimson, it would have been a huge game changer in the fights. Maybe someone doesn't get bursted by the gyro and get off another round of spells. They were also close to dying.
Oh, Winter. I'm getting the itch. I'm feeling like this game has some legs to it. Do you think we can see it go the distance?
It's definitely possible, but I think that Dire needs to just initiate properly and save their... I think they have to save some of their disables for the gyro.
Yeah.
Because there's no save mechanic on living armor, which is not exactly a save. So if they just focus on the gyro, they kill him. Like he's the only hero that matters.
Right. Well, and, I mean, the other thing that I'm seeing here is that Lifestealer, he's sort of specced into evasion talent, the Heaven's Halberd for evasion, you know, and that Rapier doesn't care about that. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Hex cannot miss when you have raid.
Yeah. PD. Because he needs more damage, apparently.
Time to make a fight. Smoke. Let's go.
They're going to go
It's
for
under
it.
a ward. It was under a ward. Is Dire going to take the counter bait? Oh no, they are.
Oh my god, these guys are insane.
Didn't they just saw it, did you?
This is so crazy. Cuckoo's the one that breaks the sword, trying to get up to the high ground. Avalanche taunts. Natsumi is there. Yule Scepter keeping him alive and well. DD Gyrocopter still very much a problem. CML going to be pulled back in play. Get the Crimson Guard off this time. Look at the damage. The static slows down. Silence afterwards. Still doing damage with that Aghanim Scepter and bringing down Natsumi. He's dead. That's Aegis #1. Mac now trying to back away, trying to remnant out. The Aghanims keeps him alive, and it was 2 buybacks from both teams. But look at
Whose buyback was more expensive? Okay, so the mid Bear Rider and roughly the same. But the gyro is actually a beast right now. He's doing it. Maybe another Halberd.
another one.
Yeah,
Gotta get it.
I think I should get one more.
Dropped a Witless Shackle on the ground. Not bothering to pick it up. Hawk ends up getting it afterwards.
The game is definitely getting interesting. They also need like assault curious. They need armor auras. They don't have assault. Ember is getting a refresher.
Oh, interesting.
He just wants to burst him down.
Yeah.
Triple random.
What's that? Isn't it 5? Am I wrong? Yeah, it's five charges. So 10 remnants.
I'm 10.
Let's go back in. Missile's gonna get sent back to Raven after the lap though. Swap down afterwards, control, Bach is on top of him with the blade mail. He's doing some good damage. They have to save on to the moment though, because he's still got Satanic afterwards. Natsumi trying to kill off all of the rest of them. Mac chases forward on the Cuckoo. They're still doing a lot of damage here, and the Gyro really isn't hardly been able to do all that much. Now the turn though, Raven finds it, and with that static storm down as well, they get Natsumi. A triple kill for Raven, taking down Boomy Ultra afterwards, and running down the mid lane. Geek Fam waited perfectly. That turn was superb.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they have a very, very severe gyro problem. He's very, very good at using his BKB. And he's just choosing the right moments. If he doesn't use his BKB correctly in the fights, he could have actually gone down there. Very, very patient with the BKB.
Really well played. And now looking for an opening here, Boomy trying to find somebody out of position, but there's nobody there. And the other thing is that even if they buy back, you've got, you know, the Ember and the Lifestealer around. That are still dead. They can buy back, but I don't know. I'm not sure if you really want to buy back at that point.
I think the Lifestealer should give an assault. Actually, he should finish the Million. He needs armor. He actually has no armor items. You look at his build here, he has armor items.
They have like Vlads and stuff like that. Venge is going for the not Spirit Vessel.
Bro, Vlads gives no armor.
Oh, that's true. Good call. Wait, yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my god. I'm playing so much.
Where's the armor? Tell me where.
It's the other one. Medallion is what I meant, definitely. I'm not gonna get anything past you. Oh my god, there's another DD for Raven. And he's got Abyssal Blade. This dude's gonna be a monster. Oh, they got him pulled back in. They know there's vision there. Swap out. Trying to keep the Tiny alive, but CML. He's the next one going down. A DD on Gyrocopter. You guys cannot fight. And they are still chasing. This missile is gonna hit eventually. They've got Glimpse back up again. Oh, yeah, and they're throwing the Lincolns onto Bach to make sure that he doesn't get glimpsed. Unreal. Well, at the very least, the Solar Crest will help out once the Venge gets that. But yeah, I kind of agree about that armor for the Lifestealer. I don't know. Everything's just like, they got such small items for Adroit.
You could set on the hailstorm, get the days.
Remnants in. Takes it down. Is gone. Toss back into the tier 4 towers. That's pretty good, but he's got so much stats resistance. He's got his BKB popped. If they can live through this burst, it might work for Bach. He's gonna miss his hook shot, and Boomy now gonna go down as well. There's the Abyssal Blade, and the chase is done. The game is also, I believe, done, as Tiny is dead for 2 minutes. Geek Fam are in the base, and they're just gonna hit the tier 4 towers. With all of these heroes out of the map, it is too difficult to hold on. They're gonna jump in there again, Lifestealer Natsumi, but Raven says no. Zephyr might go down, but afterwards, all the rest of Adroit are in a ton of trouble. Beat down dead, buys back immediately, but it's only the one life left, and Mac also is going to end up falling. He's also got a buyback. They're trying to hold on. In 5 seconds, they got the bench, but it is Geek Fam that are all on top. They turn another Abyssal Blade. Disarm is there, trying to beat him down dead, and Lifestealer afterwards. Well, he does manage to get a stun off. They've got to swap afterwards. Little things here and there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Ancient is exposed, and they are all gone. GG called. We're going the distance winner. A full 3-game series in this elimination match. What more could you want?
Radiant
5 series. 5 games. CDL5.
5. I don't think we can get the teams to agree to that right now. I'm gonna be honest.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Want to share with you again. I know you guys have been
Dire
listening to this for
team
1
back.
month, but it's worth mentioning one
Radiant
more
team
time,
back.
at least before this game starts. It's Omen.
Dire
So quick
team
shout out
back.
to them all for providing us with this thin and light gaming powerhouse. Without them, this Southeast Asia tournament wouldn't have never happened, and you guys would have never gotten the opportunity to witness such good Dota 2.
And because they are just so good that it is worth for us to keep mentioning them for entire month. And to me,
10 seconds
once again,
remaining.
I have to remind you all, he's your
Radiant
best teammate when you
team
guys
pick.
want to
Dire
elevate your
team
fashion
pick.
game. So make sure you check out Tumi. And if you're curious, here is the backpack that you stand a chance to win. To me right now, they are giving away 2 free backpacks every single day throughout the entire tournament. So make sure you sign up at tumi.com/esports so that you might stand a chance to win this very beautiful backpack. It's so huge.
Yep, and not
10
just the backpacks,
seconds
don't forget
remaining.
we're still doing our giveaway for our Logitech G gaming mouse.
5 seconds
All you have to do is
remaining.
enter in the link down below, fill in the survey, and you'll be in the running to win that glorious mouse. So good luck to everyone for our giveaways, and let's not forget as well, we still have one more thing for you guys at home. We
Radiant
still have
team
Nerif's Prophecies that's come back. All you need to do is predict who will make it to the grand finals this Sunday. Entries close on Saturday, and if you are correct in your prediction, you'll be in the running to win a $100 Steam gift card. So do enter all of our giveaways. You guys at home have
Dire
nothing to
team
lose.
Yep, and if you guys feel a bit thrifty, you want to spend on some One Esports merchandise, we have just the place for you to head to. It's the One Esports merchandise store online. Do drop by shop.oneesports.gg. We have a
Radiant team
line of new apparels as well in terms of t-shirt, GG, meet or feed, and also hard carry. So do remember to check that
Dire
out and use the
team
discount code C10
Radiant
whenever you
team
make a
back.
purchase.
Right, folks, so looks like the draft is ready. Let's jump into our final draft of this series between Geek Fam and Adroit.
Oh,
And already-
yes.
SF, guys.
Absolutely love this opening from
Radiant
Adroit.
team
Bench
back.
SF. We've seen how strong it is.
Yeah.
Adroit. Well, we're pretty deep into this draft, but seems like they're focusing on heroes that can really shut down this draft. Bad Rider, we saw that in Carl in last game.
And also, let's not forget, there's going to be no Terrorblade with this SF.
Nope.
We saw what happened with that combination as well.
Remember, guys, Adroit, when
10
Adroit was playing this
seconds remaining.
tiebreaker game against RR, they brought out this bench SF.
5
Yesterday,
seconds
it was
remaining.
against Boom Esports. They brought out this combination as well. 100% so far on the win rate when they are facing Elimination with these 2 heroes.
Yeah, it's the Elimination, what do you call?
The heroes
The
that
Miracle Pill? I don't know. What do you call
The
it?
elimination finale. I mean, it's basically, we're at the
Trump
climax.
card. Yes, this is
This is the
Trump card.
climax of
the
the
Trump card of.
The trump card? That's all. That's such a small word. I'm sorry. I thought you
You're no
guys knew
fun.
better than this. I'm no fun. Excuse me.
Dire team
I'm
back.
offended.
But they did ban the
Alright.
Spirit out. I think it's a great ban from Geek Fam. It's one of the heroes that Adroit would definitely want to pick up on
Dire
Boomy
team
and
pick.
probably even Max. So no Spirit, no protector for Adroit to kind of turtle. Geek Fam seemingly want to play fast with this Disrupt the Tiny. Carl has played the Tiny before. It is now more viable to build Echo Saber on him as well.
Absolutely no silencer either, because only boring people pick silencer.
10
Oh, definitely
seconds
not.
remaining.
I think the only team that will pick Silencer
Is Team
the
Husky.
Boom,
5
or maybe Team
seconds
Husky.
remaining.
Yeah.
You guys are so mean.
It's my
Adroit
job.
right now.
Natalie is not happy that I call her board no fun.
Alright, now we want to see a Boomy hero. I think
What
lots
else?
of heroes are still viable in the pool. They can always
Tie Hunter? No, that's
Mirana is also in the
That's-
pool.
Look, I mean,
Radiant
I think the Tide
team
Hunter could be a thing, right? Maybe it's just going to be Boomy going all out for
team
Adroit. Right, going to throw them off, make them think that it's going to be let's say a bot hero, but then all of a
Oh,
sudden
yeah.
it becomes a Boomy hero. I mean, the surprise factor was really good in that match.
Give the Clockwork
Oh,
now.
definitely now, and they are picking Furon into Clockwork as well. So really ballsy pick coming out from Geek Fam. And there's one synergy worth mentioning
10
from
seconds
Adroit is that the
remaining.
SF plus Cog trick. You can always
5 seconds.
summon
Yeah.
your Cog and get your soul up. But I don't know if that is worth doing anymore after the change on the passive of SF, you might really just want to go back to the level 1 race build.
Oh yeah. I feel like level 1 race is still so much better right now compared to Necromastery. But with the slight buff that SF was given, it's okay. You leave the Necromastery, you get the scaling, back faster with lesser last hits. So I think it's okay for Adroit. SF is generally a super strong mid laner. You deny out a lot of potential matchups. And if Geek Fam wants to pick it, they need to make sure that laner survives against this SF.
Team pick.
And we're going to be seeing, the famous Natsume PL. We have seen him play this, and Natsume, he's really got the hang of this PL. Very aggressive.
I was thinking if Natsume wants to go for Morphling or PL, that was the 2 heroes that I was considering, because you are already having SF as the DPS core. Especially with the new SF, you definitely want to go DPS core when you are pairing with Range. So they're lacking a little bit of magical damage, magical burst, but they decided to go back to the PL.
Maybe you don't need the magical burst though, because if you look at Geek Fam, they're wave clear for PL illusions. It's mostly in that tiny, right?
Yeah.
It's not really in the disruptors, not great for clears, more for control and Nature's Prophet. Only later on will he be able to really deal with the illusions.
Yeah, and right now, Adroit, they still have this final pick, right? You can easily put this Clockwork as a support, and it's still that's the same. Deals well with against the disruptor, does well into the Nature's Prophet as well. This last Scorch Epic could be an offlaner that Adroit really secures. We've seen the Tide Hunter from them. Even though it's a support, they also have the Enigma. They can pick like the Beastmaster for Bog if it's not banned out just yet, just to provide the extra control. I think Team Adroit, so far the draft is pretty decent for them.
Honestly, if Geek Fam wants to go back to the Gyro, I wouldn't be too surprised too. Gyro feels pretty good here once again. Raven has already proven that his Gyrocopter is not too afraid of Clockwork.
Yeah.
And Gyrocopter, he's one of the better heroes to deal with the PL as well if you build correctly. And another hero that could also consider is the Faceless Void. It's always a pretty okay hero if you build into the Aghalim's plus Fury lineup, Fury build. Yeah. You can always deal with the PL illusions.
They can go for the Void, or maybe they can go for the Morphling themselves as well. And I think the Morphling, if you get the Morph into this PL, you can deal with what Adroit has. But if they stick with the Ember Spirit, another hero that is decent into this PL, if you build him correctly, has pretty decent laning into SF.
Oh, that's strange.
The
Enchantress. Why would you ban the Enchantress this late?
Honestly, the Enchantress ban is just to make sure that you don't dispel the Flame Guard. I don't know. The Enchantress ban is kind of a weird one for me.
Maybe they're considering. I think they want to pick a pretty greedy hero, like maybe Anti-Mage. We know that Anti-Mage is always afraid of a hero like Enchantress that can always zone you out of the lane. We have seen this happen from Fnatic. Exercise doing exactly the same thing. And they're probably also considering the Clockwork might be on Boomy's hand too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that there's a chance that this Clockwork will go to a support when you look at the lineup that Geek Fam has right now. So the Ench ban is, I'm not sure if I like the Ench ban, but it's a support ban. So Geek Fam, they are expecting this Clockwork to be a core. You might see a Bog Venge as well, and I think this Venge right now as a core will also be a pretty decent choice. Honestly, I prefer that Venge core compared to the Clockwork, so maybe Adroit will look at this last pick and pick a support for themselves instead, but it's pretty flexible.
Yeah, I feel like Adroit really needs a hero that can protect the formation of both PL and SF, because you always have the Clockwork to hook in, but SF is really not that hero that wants to join deeply into the team fight. You want to be holding your ground and make sure you output your DPS with the Venge as well. So they really want to take this standstill fight instead of chasing fights. So they need one hero that can provide the lockdown for the SF.
Yeah, I feel like the Puck would be okay for Adroit as well if they want to run the offlane Puck right now.
It'll be a little bit squishy if they run the offlane Puck, no?
Yeah. And I think right now, something to secure Adroit, to allow Adroit to just stand and fight. They banned the Darkseer out.
5 seconds
Interesting ban.
Darkseer received a pretty decent buff. I like it. The level 15 Ion Shell, 400 HP. It's not too bad. Now you can. Now if you put it like on the creep, that lane is 100% going to push out. The creep is not going to die. Indirectly, tanks up whoever has the Ion Shell as well.
Also, Geek Fam right now, they desperately need a PL killer. They don't have anything that can kill PL except for the Ember Spirit, but it really goes two-way.
Oh yeah. So Legion Commander, a hero that can. There's
pretty good against PL on lane.
Pretty decent, pretty slight greed, but I think it can work out. Legion Commander receive a tiny buff for the duel. Now you get more damage per duel, and the best part about this is from level 1 onwards, it's already a buff.
10 seconds.
So LC, you can just max overwhelming odds, and you just obliterate all the illusions early on.
Also, Adroit right now, they know that it's gonna be a Raven Furon already. The roles of Geek Fam is pretty much already revealed to Adroit, so it's up to them to whether or not try to counter the Furon or maybe pick a hero that can really round out their own draft.
Oh yeah, I think this is where you might want to just put this Venge as a support, Venge Clockwork support. They might be looking at an offlaner right now, something that can deal into this Furon. This Clockwork in lane against Furon is kind of horrible. The Venge is not going to be having such a good time.
If they're thinking of a pulse, I think Winter Wyvern could be really good. Shadow Demon would be really good too. The classic CML hero for the save.
Unless they want to pull up for the Enigma right now, it's like all or nothing. But I
really love that, but
it's very dangerous.
Super greedy if they are running this 3 cores lineup, especially in Elimination match. But so far, all the Elimination match has gone to 60 minutes.
Yep.
So a greedy pick like that might actually work in this game 3.
If they try and drag
it's the Tide Hunter.
So something similar to Enigma.
So is this a boomy Tide Hunter? Or do you think it could be a Bok Tide Hunter?
I think you really want Tide Hunter into the Furon matchup because it totally ignores the...
I think you want the core Tide Hunter right now.
Core Tide?
Yeah. You want to hit your timings faster. I know Boomy, he can always get his Blink Dagger timing, but in this particular situation, prioritizing the Tide is more important because he can stand in front and soak out all the damage, right? And it also allows him to lane better because of the Kraken Shell buff.
Whitemon has a big responsibility on the Disruptor now. Every time he has to look at the Tide and making sure that his ultimate is laid on the Tide, so to try and eliminate any kind of good ravage coming out from the Tide Hunters. This is all about execution right now. It's to game 3, and execution kind of has been the name of the game for Adroit.
10 seconds remaining.
And once again, I'll go with the Sharks.
I'm going to swim with the fishes for now.
5 seconds
remaining. You're going to both swim.
I like Adroit. I mean, both teams have 50-50 draft, but I kind of... Geek Fam hasn't really convinced me. Game 2 was a comeback because of that Raven Divine Rapier. I still kind of think that Adroit has a bit of a more leverage over Geek Fam.
All right, so we got a little bit of pressure here for Geek Fam. The panel has chosen Adroit. Will Geek Fam sink or swim? We're going to find out in our final match of this best of 3 series who will get eliminated. Lyrical and Winter will be taking you through this match. Gentlemen, take it away.
And the wonderful panel out there. Yes, indeed, winner. We've all come down to this. It's elimination match time. It is down to one final game. Geek Fam, Adroit. Without any extra extrapolation or anything else going on, winner, who you think? Which team's got this here?
I think...
I said no other extrapolation.
I think the Shadowfin and PL is too greedy, so I'm going to go with Geek Fam.
Geek Fam. We'll see. I'm really curious. It's a really interesting matchup, and I think these two teams have put on great shows already. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful game at number 3. So let's hop into it right now. Game 3, Geek Fam versus Adroit. Winner moves on, loser goes home.
I'm ecstatic!
And just like that, we're all ecstatic to hop into this game, Whitemon most of all, as his hero lets us know. You know, it's interesting. The panel was talking about that last set of bans for Geek Fam, where they banned out both the Enchantress and the Oracle. And I'll say myself, as a Darkseer player, those are the 2 heroes that I hate playing against the absolute most. So it was a really good ban out there of the Darkseer at the last round of it. And it's very cool to see, you know, a little bit of love given to the man, even if it is just a ban. Back, by the way, in the Dire Fountain right now. We've got themselves given a good little collection of souls to the Shadow Fiend, who is going to start out with the full 11 that's possible. Stop hitting it now.
Oh yeah, it's better now, yeah?
Well, it's worse at level 1 because you only get 1 damage at level 1.
But it's easier to get to the full charge faster than before.
Yes. That is the difference that's going to happen. But you can see, because they know that's what the Shadow Fiend is going to be doing, they're all going in on him right now, and they're going to kill him. Dude, what a freaking play! Matt got to run away, but the glimpse level 1 taken. Kolg's pushback onto 2. Mac fairy fires, tries to walk away. A salve used even, and Carl trying to get the kill, but won't quite get it. That was a sneaky, sneaky play from Geek Fam. They knew it was coming the whole time, but they still get 2 bounty runes out of Adroit.
So the SF popped a salve, right? Or someone else popped a salve on him. I think it was the bench actually popping a salve on him. Because I don't think the SF had a salve just now.
Popping the salve on him and also blocking the wave for him. So he's going to be able to come in here quickly enough to be able to contest for the CS.
Like nothing has ever happened. Like I said, they have a greedy drop, but if they can pull off a good laning phase, then it might not actually matter. Tide is going to do really well against the Nature's Prophet when you get levels. 2 points in Kraken Shell.
Has been killed.
At level 3, when you get there, you should be able to lane here fine. And on top of things, because the Disruptor went for the glimpse, he doesn't have a Thunderstrike to harass the Tide.
Right. So he's going to have a little bit better time of it now on Bach.
Oh, he's going to have a much better time. It's not a little bit, it's a big difference. Thunderstrike does so much damage, like 160 approximately, 180 actually.
Even the early pressure that he might take from some of those treants isn't going to be enough to make up for it. And Boomy is also pulling him waves the whole time as well now. And Whitemountain's got to be a little bit careful here. Can't afford to get caught out by this Clockwork, who does already have boots up. So Boomy is going to be able to zone Whitemon back. And yeah, Bach going to have a very good time for himself. Mid lane, Mac, he's level 2 now and can kind of bully Ember a little bit back as well.
I was really thinking he should go for the second point in Necromastery. I think it's actually a thing right now.
Yeah.
Like just when you are in this kind of matchup, you can and you're dominating the lane already, you just go for the second points in Necromastery to just absolutely deny every creep. Because it's double damage at level 2. It's a lot of value on the second point. It goes from what 13 to 28, right? Yeah, I know. 11 damage at level 1 to 28.
Right, and that's assuming you're going to be able to get those other last hits, which you should.
You're gonna get it if you're in this kind of lane. That's why you should consider getting the second point.
Denied.
Especially
it used to be a thing, you know, Gabe, when he was the old SF. Like in specific lane matchups, you would actually go for second point in the Necromastery.
Huh. Just to increase the amount of damage that you can get on the old SF. Interesting. I guess too, when you're playing against this Ember where you have to worry about slight dodges for the raises, it makes it even a better build potentially. But now he's level 4 and he's really going to be able to put the hurt onto Carl as he gets that double damage increase. Now hitting super hard down bottom. We said that they're going to have a good time on Bach, and he has still continued to have an okay time there.
Yeah, he needs to get level 3 before the lane becomes very, very stable for him. And as of right now, Kuku is having a good time at top. LC against PR. Good matchup for the LC. And Venge is not the best lane support bully at LC up. Tiny is rotating around mid. He wants some action. Look at the Ember skill build. That's why the Tiny wants to come here. He has 2 points in chains.
Trying to make a play with it. Yeah, the Flame Guard is worse than it used to be now after that last series of nerfs that they got.
Yeah, it's a small nerf, right? 5 damage.
Made a difference a little bit, it feels like.
A grand total of 40 damage at a level 1 Flame Guard.
That's like you don't need to Fairy Fire anymore for it.
Yeah. For a lane, it's a lot. It's definitely a difference.
He gets his bottle refill there. That's real nice for him. And meanwhile, Carl has to bring out some raindrops for himself.
Yeah, and now SF has an illusion rune, so he can use it to dispel the root, even if he's under any pressure.
Dodge away from the tiny stuff that's coming his way. Things looking pretty good in these for the mid matchup, at least.
So looking at, I think, the overall lanes, Daya is winning mid and bottom. No, actually not bottom. Bottom, they're not actually winning. Raiden is actually winning top and bottom.
Okay.
And Daya is winning mid lane.
What just happened? See you later, nerds.
But it's not like any lane is being like severely destroyed though, I think at this point, right? Like, yeah, you have a lot of denies, but I think some of those might be the treants for Raven. And it still feels like you're getting a good amount of levels on this Tidehunter right now. Bach is about 4 1/4, which is, you know, about half a level behind Raven. As bounty runes does look like it's going to be a trade-off of 2 apiece. And SF heads back to the jungle a little bit, get his farm on, and then back to mid lane afterwards.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, mid lane. The catapult wave. Look who's here. The supports are here.
Good old Zephyr.
They are the dire supports. And not to mention, there's a Nature's Prophet that could TP in, you know. It's a SF. He's a very, very vulnerable target.
You can see though, recognizing that Mac just retreats back to the jungle and that rotation doesn't end up bearing fruit. They're instead going to look over to Boomy, who will be glimpsed back in. Avalanche toss onto both of them. Bach moves into position with the Cogs pushback. Boomy is going to go down. That's first blood drawn by Raven, who runs into the Cogs again. And then they're going to go.
Raven is balling out of control. Look at his net worth at 6 minutes. His 3K net worth. He's 500 net worth ahead of the second place hero at 6 minutes.
That is nuts. He's going for these early drums too, which is just indicative of a super quick fighting style. You talked about the greedy lineup from Adroit. It looks like Geek Fam want to push that tempo and try and end this game a little bit.
Dire are scanning.
Make the moves around the map.
Yeah, I think if they go for drums into a Maelstrom, and then the LC goes maybe a pipe, because most of the early game damage from the Dire lineup is SF Race, the Clockwork Magic, the Tide Ravage, and the Bench. They're all magic. So I think if the LC goes for a pipe, Nature's Prophet goes for whatever carry build he's going, the game could be very fast-paced.
Back behind enemy lines, they TP in with the tree, and the Russians coming through onto both of them. Akazel, no, can he live? One raise, but dead. They take down both, and CML likely to go down afterwards as well. They brought a couple, but Geek Fam brought more, and Carl gets the triple kill.
Yep, this is the danger of the SF against Nature's Prophet and Tiny. Like any rotating position for hero with a Nature's Prophet TPing in during the catapult wave is very, very, very deadly. And not to mention the Ember that gone for slight chains skill build, ignoring the flame dart.
Have that ability to just catch so much deeper.
Oh, the hymns means the tower's gonna go down. That's a huge play.
Jeez. So they will end up finding it now. And again, well, Carl, he's gonna be
power going. Your tier 1 mid is going down at 8 minutes.
Yeah, it ain't good. It ain't good for Adroit. This is a bit of a greedy one here. And Boomy won't get caught right there. Carl not going to throw out the chains, and instead they catch him over to the side with Waymon. Geek Fam are just completely invading the jungle here, and Carl, after 2 rough and frustrating games, is having a monster one already now. Second highest net worth.
What is his build? What is he going to do this thing? How can he itemize to speed up the game? Go that damage? Maelstrom or... That sounds good to speed up the game.
Toss again. They catch him. Mac will get 1 kill there, but now with Carl moving into position, Carl's got to be careful. He can't afford to lose his life, but he won't. He'll get a double kill.
Yeah. I feel like
kills at 8.
Like he should go that sword. He definitely should go that sword with him. Like they could actually be looking to knock on the high ground, even get Roshan early and knock on the high ground as early as 20-25 minutes.
Dude, Carl
is going Battle Fury. Oh my god.
What in the hell? What is he doing? Carl's a madman.
Battle Fury is good against PL.
Yeah.
Since Maelstrom and Radiance are out of the favor, Battle Fury it's the item that gives you farming ability and damage.
Dude, and with Rapier being back in the meta, let's go. Ember Rapier at like 32 minutes. Let's see it.
Why has to be 32? Why the specific 2?
Because I'm seeing in the future, you know? I'm actually ahead of the stream right now, and I know what's going to happen in a little bit. There's a delay on the live game, because my brain can just comprehend what's going to happen.
Oracle Gate.
That's right.
Holding the bot lane. Ravage, race.
Well, he ain't holding it that long. They're gonna take that tower, I think. Ravage was used though, so maybe not. And Boomy, they're gonna TP in on him. No, don't decide to go.
They're gonna get all 4 ball heroes because they used the Ravage. Oh no, he's not gonna get the. He's not gonna try to get the other one.
It's a safe play. Doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah, but still 3 runes on Geek Fam for that measly LC life.
And well, I mean, LC is still the second highest net worth or third highest net worth.
He's actually not poor. But
everybody's having a great game.
3 runes is still significant. It's a decent exchange for the LC's life and the cooldown of Ravage. So right now, Radiant, their lineup does not rely on any big spells at all. Their lineup is just, I see hero, I run at hero, I kill hero, I push power.
And in the midst of all of it is Carl just standing way far forward because he knows that they can't do anything to him yet. It's just 10 minutes.
What is their lockdown against Ember? They don't have a reliable lockdown against Ember. How are they supposed to kill Ember?
Finding a kill now on to Bach. Cuckoo gets the finish. It was Raven that got the final touch, but they weren't able to get dual damage.
Yeah, look at the Ember. You can just play in front of the tier 2. There's no stuns that can catch him.
What the f just happened?
Like the only way I think they kill him is if they have Ravage and he uses hookshot and cogs to push him back and follow out with a Ravage.
Yeah.
Radiant.
That's a big task.
They are so farmed. This Carl Ember is going to get completely out of control. I don't know how they deal with this right now. It doesn't matter they didn't get the Darkseer they wanted. They have more than enough now. This is a tough one.
Oh, only when they have the Rapier they have more than enough.
Okay, got it. Then they feed the Rapier away and GG. I mean, I guess that's another thing. Like,
hey, that's your fairy tale. That's not my fairy tale.
I guess the thing I'm wondering about is Natsumi might be able to like sort of burn enough of his mana or something like that. Maybe then you can get enough lockdown once he gets Diffusal Blade online. But at least for now, it is feeling like Geek Fam can do whatever they want.
They are relying on an illusion PL to burn the Ember. Ember, you know, it's not like an immobile hero.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one. Tough ass. Cuckoo, Carl, Zephyr, they're stealing the Ancients from Bach. Give this man a chance. They're just being oppressive at this point. They bring in 4 heroes to contest the Ancients. And
you're so greedy. You have to pay the price.
This is what happens. Gonna send in the ace, or the illusion of the LC. Gun gets baited. They got another one in here as well. And they will manage to clear out the Ancients.
Disruptors level 6. Who they want to kill? PL would be a good kill. PL or SF?
Sound strategy.
Wait, Tiny behind me?
Boomy has 6.
Tiny's coming in with Ravage.
Moving into position, they're down low. Boomy is taking a lot of damage. Static Storm down afterwards. Ravage gonna barely be able to clip there. They find the Carl stun, but it is far too late. They just back away, and that was Ravage used now. Chase down. CML is gonna get dueled. Requiem comes out to try and buy a little bit more time, but they're gonna be in some more trouble here in just a moment. They've already lost CML. They did not manage to get any duel damage, but Bach trying to back out of there. 5 heroes chasing him. They finally give up the chase. All this time Natsumi's farming, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough time to get into his items. Wait. Round 2. Mac got top. Chase down, and he's gonna get hit by a couple raises. Has Cuckoo gone too far? They managed to find that kill. Meanwhile, the Rogue's gonna be able to hold him in place very low, but not gonna die. Raven, but TP if you go for it. Let's see.
I think should have gone for it. Because there was no Ravage and no hookshot.
Never mind.
Realistically, they actually don't have enough to kill him if he actually went for it. I think it was a bit too conservative. I mean, that's the thing about Raven, right? He's a very conservative carry player. That's why I would say that he doesn't fit playing this kind of aggressive carry like Nature's Prophet. Like if you have him on your team, to use him completely, you want to put him on the AM Terrorblade hero.
Right. And
Because with Nature's Prophet, you have to roll the dice sometimes to win the game.
well, it's interesting though, because those heroes are all being banned out right now because they feel like the type that can just win a game eventually. And you do sort of wonder if at a certain point you got to change up your style a little bit, maybe. We'll see if he can step up to the task here. So far, he's definitely doing a great job.
Yeah, that's why the Ember is doing better for it. Because they know that the Nature's Prophet won't be able to carry this alone, you know. He needs help from someone else. Because he cannot deal with the PR.
Speaking of the battle fury, we're getting closer and closer. Gonna have another component done. The Perseverance is all he needs at this stage. Back towards the mid lane, they managed to get another D ward and just trying to hold on to whatever little bits of the map they can. They're gonna be losing out on farm just because of how far forward Geek Fam can play on the map. But they do also need to be able to at least get this farm onto the PL and hopefully the Shadow Fiend as well, for their own sakes.
Dire's
Zephyr?
tower is
Trying to
under
find that.
attack.
Do you think that Geek Fam should be trying to hunt the PL at all, or do you think they're okay with just letting him kind of farm for a while?
They definitely should pressure the game though. Maybe not hunt him, but you could pressure him by taking his towers. At least you have to try to do something or get Roshan, you know, while he's farming.
Natsumi.
Oh, Nature's Prophet's in trouble. He needs to block the hook shot.
Oh, he's doing a great job of it. The move there, Raven. They decide to turn and fight. Romy in trouble now. Hit with the veil, hit with the damage. Gonna be dropping. They get the duel as well. Now, up on the high ground, they see the ward, they take down the ward.
Middle tower is under
now going to
attack.
try and send in that Diffusal Blade PL illusion. Get the damage out there.
Yeah, so SF went for use. He went for a catching build because they don't have any catch. Very limited catch.
Dire are scanning.
He's probably gonna have to buy like go for like a spellcaster SF build. Dagger, Heals, BKB, and Hex.
Right. Leave the rest of the right-click damage up to Natsumi. Speaking of which, he's going to be heading up this high ground, scout it out. They blow up CML right at the start, but still have the illusion. There's going to be the glimpse. Now the chase down. Whitemon gets punched, gets pummeled, gets killed. Trade off, one apiece, and they will be able to also scout out and take down that observer ward.
They are running out of steam though on the Radiance lineup. I think they have to try to figure out how to get the Roshan.
Oh my god, they got him! Coral! He's dead!
It's over.
Oh, dude, he
just happened? See you later, nerds.
hogs him, and then Macule.
Tough all the time. Like a risky mid player and a conservative carry player like Raven. They have the right setup. But this game, why this play hurts a lot is because the Ember is deciding to play for the win condition because he went for a battle for it. And Nature's Prophet can't really be that hero that wins them the game this time. So it hurts a lot for that death right there.
Pop out, saving the SF here. Well done by CML. And that was Static Storm used. Anything else there as well? I think that was it. Can't
Dire's top tower is under
explain enough
attack.
that this death is actually so bad for the whole game as a whole. So right now the Dire team, I feel like they're already almost completely back in this game. One more good fight and they have the lineup that can take Roche, you know, with SF and the bench and the Gush from Tide. They have a lot of minus armor.
Yeah.
Blink on Tide.
Oh man, and they're all here. They're all here. Raven, he moves in. Carl is there as well, walking forward. Bach, through, chase, Cogs, caught. And I think that that's going to have to do it if you're Geek Fam. I don't know if you can walk into this Ravage. Yeah, it's too tough to do that. So they're gonna take this area and move in to try and take down the mid-tier 1 tower.
Elsie's building a Crimson Dart. Oh,
Still alive here. The turn on to Zephyr. He is down and dead. thinking about going for round 2 if they want to, but Adroit gonna back out. Bach, does he want to pop that Ravage?
Can I get a glimpse?
You gotta be careful.
No. Yeah, but I think the LC is building a Crimson Guard instead of a pipe. I don't really like that so much. Because the Crimson is for the PL, but the PL is not the one doing the damage now.
Right.
It's mostly from the magic damage from SF.
It is feeling more and more like this is like catch, kill, and in a lot of trouble from Geek Fam. You know, you've also, I guess that's the other thing too, is that the damage output from the souls is going to be more from Mac than it was on the last round. Like because of the change to Requiem of Souls, where you end up with a couple more strings of the soul release, it's going to end up being a little bit more damage, I think,
it's
too.
It's what, 20% more damage? 25% more, something like that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, something around there. It's around 10 to 20% more damage than the old one. But it has something to, also another thing to do with the positioning, right, of the souls, like where you are during the Requiem.
Right, that's a good point. Well,
it used to be the case where a hero with a bigger circle, you know, we've been talking about the circle yesterday, that takes more damage.
Oh yeah. That's a good point.
I don't know how much he changes things up with this, but I assume it's more damage than before.
Well, they're just going to raise out the wave 2 times again, and you can see that, yes, it's still a gold lead for Geek Fam, but Adroit much more comfortable hanging on to this area of the map now. They feel like they've gotten the round of items.
They have a greedier draft. If they can farm Ancients like this, even if it's a smaller map, it's fine for them. Yeah. They're still not getting too stressed out. Like overall, their lineup is more greedy. They scale better. Having this.
Dire are scanning.
There's always that potential. Carl can have that standout moment later on in the game. He's got his Battle Fury going into Deso later, and then maybe into, you know, 5th item Rapier or something like that. There's always that chance.
Yeah, but the thing is, I like they needed to outpace the Dire team. Just go Deso and keep playing. Because you remember 5 minutes ago, they have this part of the map, but they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't push for a tier 2 anymore, and they needed to get Roche, but they don't have the tools to get Roshan, right? So there was this like weird passage of play where they are building their advantage to 3 to 4k network lead, but they couldn't progress anymore because they couldn't get the Roche.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a serious problem for them.
Under attack.
They're going to have a pipe soon done for the Tidehunter, and afterwards going in for the Greaves. Just all those big team fight, keep it tanky items.
It's
and hit that timing.
Damage sponge this game.
Yeah.
You want them to throw everything at you.
They're going for a big timing here with BKBs and a heart on PL, but first,
Radiant
Geek Fam want to try and make a move. They hit the scan up on the high ground, but it's on Boomy. Not the best of heroes to find. Cuckoo, the smoke breaks on him, and as they wrap around the side here, they are going to see the Observer Ward. Cuckoo takes that one out, still walking in. Boomy spots out Zev for a hook shot. Got him caught. And the toss didn't toss him out. Blade Mill comes out a little bit late, but Bach still chasing. Has Cuckoo in his sights. Carl's nearby as well. And they're going to glimpse him, pull him back in. Swap available. CML pulls him out of position. They taunt him back in afterwards as well. He doesn't get the Ravage off. And they immediately have to get out.
Didn't know it.
That was a very, very costly mistake there.
Wait a minute.
Jumping in.
Are they going to go for more?
You cannot jump in when like this and not commit your Ravage. When you're against Disruptor and LC.
Oh, the glimpse. They find Boomy. Much needed, but wait on the back lines. They find the kill on Carl again. That got him once. Oh my god, and Raven trying to turn it, but there's no way to break the TP. He just got used again. They were all looking right. Oh, Carl was left.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Consolation prize for the 3 kills. At least they got something. And PL didn't die, so it was good. Still good for the Dire team. Yeah, but like I said, if the tide blinks in, if you're playing tide this game, you blink in and you don't start the fight, you're not gonna start the fight because there's LC and Disruptor.
Are fortified.
Right.
You have to be very, very decisive.
I guess that you kind of need your other cores to be ready to follow up, and it feels like without BKB, Mac can't do that yet.
Yeah, then it's still the tide's fault, right? If he blinks in, because he just didn't consider that the other heroes are not ready to go in. I think here, when they were fighting here, they go for the kill on the Tiny. I think that's it. If you kill him, you cannot afford to chase. Because he blinked down to the low ground, and he didn't ravage. And he realized that they couldn't kill him. And he was pretty much dead after that.
Yeah, that's fair. Throw out another flare. Trying to scout out the Roche. Geek Fam again. You can see now, it's just all of the map is sort of being split evenly. And Adroit feel like a...
Yeah, because they have the greedier scaling over.
Up all side. Right. He's bad boy to deal with. Finn's got a lot of damage.
The PR hasn't reached his timing yet. He needs to finish the before he's ready to engage.
Stacked up with gold. They swap out again. Zephyr chase down Ravage, connects onto both of them. Now the hook shot afterwards from Booney. Zephyr is gonna fall, but Cuckoo able to walk away from there. They get the ball now. Going back onto that Tide Hunter. Static Storm down afterwards, and they still have flips available. Pulled back in onto one with the PKB reaction. Requiem round 2. Carl able to live through that one. And now Raven turning on the back, trying to kill him off, and they will be able to. That was exactly what Geek Fam needed.
Don't think they should have gone into fight though. Like I said, the PL is not strong enough to fight. He needs to finish his heart. And even though that the Tide got a semi-decent ravage on 2 heroes, but if you don't kill the LC and he gets the duel, I think you just lose the fight after that. And the PL illusions got destroyed by one overwhelming odds.
Too true. Not working out for them. And this is going to be Roche for them. Letting Tide Hunter know about it. Man, what a back and forth series. You can see, like, yeah, the gold lead has constantly been in Geek Fam's favor. If you look at that win probability, it's sort of tilting back and forth a little bit here and there. It feels like either team has had a pretty good chance here. Make their moves. So we do have double enchanted quivers coming out. A repair kit was picked up for Geek Fam. I think Adroit are really hoping that they get that item right now.
So Amber's gonna finish his PKB next. Nature's Prophet is getting a Satanic. LC is getting... Yeah, I don't know what he's getting. Maybe he finishes his Solar. I mean, they're pretty much what they need after the Amber completes the PKB.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he bought something, right?
He should. I think so. Yeah, it's coming out. Well, no, there's nothing on the courier. Maybe it's just a pause bug, and we'll see it afterwards. Maybe accidentally sold it. Who knows? I do like the Nature's Prophet going for the 8 armor talent at level 20. Feels like it's very needed in this type of a game with the Shadow Fiend and the Venge in it.
Carry Nature's Prophet, usually you go the 8 armor. If you're playing a utility Nature's Prophet, like off lane, and you have Pipe, Mag, maybe Necrobook, I don't know, Blade Mirror, then usually you go for the cooldown reduction.
Mm-hmm. Still, he's 3,000 gold ahead of this PL, who is still trying to finish off his heart.
The 3,000 gold, doesn't matter. Because PL uses the gold better than the Nature's Prophet. He's a stronger hero if he gets to the stage where he has the heart, and he needs what's after the hub? Probably a basher, because they need a lockdown to kill the Ember.
Right. Just into the full Abyssal Blade, do you think, at that point? Or maybe like, I guess he could go like Scotty or something. That could be kind of good.
Abyssal is good. Abyssal is good, I think.
Okay.
Abyssal and Scotty, they're both very good because they're making lockdown. If the Sheriffing can itemize to Hex, oh yeah, he's Spring BKB use Hex, like I said. If he gets to it, then the PL doesn't need the Abyssal that much.
Right.
Maybe after sure, upgrade.
Think kind of
Yeah, like it's more suitable. Because if you're choosing to go for a Scotty as a core, then you're probably not getting like a butterfly or a basher, which could be very, very useful in the team fight.
And that avalanche toss back, and that should be Boomy going down pretty low. Bach trying to move in to save him. He's got to be careful about this glimpse that's coming. Oh, with the hook shot save. And now Glimpse, is it within range? He's nowhere nearby. But the DD finish, and he takes down Boomy.
Dire's middle tower.
Nice pick up there by Carl.
He's gonna get his BKB after he clears the bot wave.
Okay.
Bot wave and another, a couple of jungle creeps, and he'll get it.
PL is about to have his heart finished, and they also were able to pick up a repair kit on the side of Adroit.
Dire's middle tower
Which will be a pretty big win for them because they don't really have the best tower hitters on Geek Fam.
If you kill everyone else, you can hit the tower.
But then he's like super exposed, right? Like they don't have people to save him. Like what's Tiny gonna like toss him out or something?
Legion.
There's no way.
Legion can
Clockwork hook shots him?
Yeah, then he just stands and fight. Look at his item. He has BKB Satanic, and he's building an AC next. He's meant to stand and deliver, and just with the with the LC behind to dispel. Press the attack, cast Medallion on him, Crimson Guard.
What a movie that one was.
What the movie?
Yeah. Oh, jumping Ravage, trying to bring him down pretty low, and they're gonna do it. Cuckoo is gone. Raven now trying to stand and deliver, seeing if he can make it happen, but the swamp is there, and CML is gonna drop, but all the rest of them crowd around Raven down low, and Raven dead. Now Carl seeing if he can play a little bit of cleanup here with the Battle Fury. Natsumi chasing, trying to bring down Zephyr. Instead, they're focusing on everybody else instead of him. As the right clicks are coming through, the Yule Scepter lift up onto Zephyr, a Carl's pushback, and then the raise. Easy as pie, and Carl out of mana, up on the top side. He's in trouble, he's dead. Now can they kill him a second time? Boomy is there for Carl's in the second. Battery Assault instead is going to get popped against BKB, and now Boomy in trouble, Mac in trouble. Carl's pissed and wants to find a couple heroes to kill, and it looks like he's going to be able to do it. Scepter, but no blink out. Double kill from Carl. Now they instead decide to turn over and kill Whitemon. Legion is back up again. Legion has duel available. They're trying to find this. Can they do it in time? Look at this duel on the tide. Maybe Keo can clean up here. They're both low on mana. Venge moves in. Oh, and a pause in the DC. Oh, unfortunate. Although Natsumi,
I just felt like he should have done the PL if he knew after he cast the overwhelming odds. He probably should know which one's the real one. I think he needed to just like. There's no point dueling the tide. I think. Not sure if he can kill the PL now.
Can PL just like kill them, you know, while DC just continuing to A-click on the ground? I don't know. It kind of has that feel to it a little bit right now. I guess Tiny's respawning in 9.
Probably,
yeah, that's
probably not. They have Crimson buff on.
Yeah. They have Venge just so there's that minus armor in the same place. But we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. Man, they should not have stuck around to try and kill Carl for a second time.
Maybe if the Clower had cogs, because he was, I think, 1 second
like
off. Yeah, 1 second or 2 seconds off. Maybe they could kill him. But if he tried to start it, he ran in and he cast Battery Assault. Everyone knew that was not gonna work.
Yeah. That's the moment where it's like, If it had been a pause right then, I think probably Adroit just like backs out and leaves. Man, it's got to be so frustrating for these players. Unfortunate the internet connection issues that they're having, but sometimes what ends up happening. Nonetheless, Natsumi, he does still have a well, he doesn't have doppelganger for another 3, but I don't know if they can really chase him down. If he wants to leave this fight, I think he has a way to do it. We'll have to wait and see. Wait! Okay, and he's leaving. And they're running away, yeah. So they're just gonna back out. Final tally of that fight ends up being heavily into the favor of Geek Fam. But Peel didn't die. And Raven did.
Yep, and PL is the strongest hero in this game. He's getting there. He's reaching the point where he's gonna be able to solo carry the game. Needs one more item. They're even giving him the book for his 25.
Wow. I always feel like the doppelganger cooldown is better, but do you think there's value in the critical strike this game?
I mean, doppelganger is damage also. Like, why would you go for the critical? There are some games that is good, but I mean, overall doppel is still good.
Wipe on down. Zephyr going in on CML. Natsumi's here too. Raven TP's into this. Oh, wow. That's deadly. That's really deadly. BKB charge used, and they're slowing down Carl. Natsumi, he's still here. They do not chase any further.
Roche will be, the next Roche run will be very, very crucial. I think the game is gonna go into a point where both sides are gonna just farm and finish their items. It's gonna be very hard to take a fight for either team. I think it's too much of a risk for anyone to fight without the Aegis. So we're probably gonna see like ways to figure it out. Maybe some pickoffs happening.
Right.
SF trying to finish his hex. The hex is very, very important. Like, it's super important now that he finishes this item. It's gonna give them one way to kill the Ember.
Boomy is so farmed right now. Finishes off a Halberd. That's great against Raven.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's gonna be a game changer. The hex on the Shadow Fiend will be a game changer.
Right. True. It's going to be an interesting to watch for, and you can see that it's still pretty easy even farming around the map, but just by virtue of the mobility that you have on Geek Fam and the fact that you kind of have to stay together if you're Adroit, they're getting a little bit more out of the map right now. But it's a 5-man smoke. They have Ravage back up again. And the person they're running into, it looks like so he's still living. Rat turns, able to find Raven, kill him as well. No buyback for either of those heroes. Carl trying to run and get out of dodge. He does not want to stick around too much longer, or he does because he's literally insane. This man is out of his mind. But I guess that they don't have anything to catch him out anymore anyway.
Hexed. When they have a hex, he cannot play like this anymore.
Chase. Thinking about it, keeping the illusions on him. Losing some mana here and there, but the tower's going down. Yeah, he just sticks around. Carl does not care that much. Another one fight for Adroit. This one much more emphatically, it felt like. So Winter, I don't know how you're feeling, but it is definitely looking a little bit scary at this point for Geek Fam. As Carl's chasing, he doesn't have any more remnants. He doesn't have much more mana. He does have a duel afterwards, though. And with that, Boomy is going to die, and Geek Fam able to find that pickoff they wanted. Maybe take over the outpost now afterwards as well. Oh, they already have it.
So Roche is up. This is a fight that Dire cannot give up. They bought out the hex on the Shadow Field. They have to go. It's
Clockwork sends out the flare, and yeah.
What did the PR buy? Okay, here's Basher and buyback.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend has Hex, no buyback. The only heroes with buyback in the game right now actually are the Disruptor and the PL.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They just need to drag out the game. If the Tide can finish, say his refresher, and then they get another item on PL, then the game is just gonna get better for them.
Right.
And the more time they have, the better it will get.
Zephyr hanging out in the Roche pit. They're bringing in Raven as well now. With the Clockwork nearby and the bench as well. Oh, Zephyr! They saw the wave of terror and caught her. That was nice.
Buyback. Oh, he has buyback? Okay, he just got buyback.
Oh my god, that was so close. All right, now back over to the outposts. That's 2 heroes, but if they die, they won't have buyback on Adroit. This fight is looking a little bit scarier for him right now, not gonna lie. Benj can't afford to do that wave of terror shenanigans anymore with the Tiny nearby.
Yeah, I think the primary role he's gonna fulfill is to probably just swap the SF if SF is in any sort of trouble, or if he gets tossed into the enemy. Or if he doesn't need to do that, he just needs to use his swap to maybe cancel some BKB TPs. Yeah, he needs to stay out of harm's way at the start of the fight.
Shadow Fiend, by the way, picks up the Timeless Relic. So the debuff duration increase.
So that's going to increase 1 second, right? Overall.
Pretty big. Requiem, so soul. That's a lot of damage, man.
It's a lot of damage if you don't have a BKB.
You know what else is a lot of damage?
Dire's bottom
Take a look at
tower
Carl's
is under
quick
attack.
buy. He's going for it.
I'm just thinking whether he needs anything else. Probably not. Like if he wants to buy something, it's just damage, or he just needs to get damage. And Rapier is the best item for him right now.
Right. PL just picks up the leveler. He is 24 still. Getting closer and closer to that level 25 talent now. Still, the lead is growing for Geek Fam. As time goes on, bit by bit. PL illusions go in, gonna get some extra mana burn there onto these heroes. You can see that with the high mobility coming out from the Nature's Prophet and the Ember, they're able to farm all over the place. And a smoke up now. They want to try and catch somebody who's clearing out the creeps, and it's Boomy. Boomy does not have buyback. He just used Flicker, sends it back home, but they're gonna come over towards him. Runs into absolutely everybody, calls out that he is done. And just like that, they have an opening now.
Do they do rush? Do they just go to rush? 90 seconds?
It's really hard, I think, still. But they're saying in these trance, scouting out on high ground.
Solar Crest and Desol. It should be pretty quick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Moving into the pit. Raven beating away at it. They jump forward, Mac. They call it again. Requiem comes out. BKB cuckoo in time. No, it's just a Minotaur horn. He keeps him alive there. And now the turnaround. They find and kill Bach. No Ravage. They gotta run. Oh my god, that Minotaur horn pick up by the Legion commanders, saving a life. Unreal.
Oh, that was a huge blow. Now Roshan is gone. Aegis and cheese.
Damn.
Oh god. That's gonna hurt so much.
Oh, Cuckoo baited that one. There's no, I mean, he knew that they just didn't check his items to see if he had the minutes on. I have never seen an item pickup, a neutral item pickup, do so much in a game before. That was huge.
There you go.
Rapier.
Okay, now the game is super hard for them. They have to, even if they have buybacks from PR, I think the PR can buy everything. You just get all the items you can get.
Dire's middle tower
fight.
has fallen.
Feels like he needs it. He gets the Abyssal Blade already. Leveler is done as well. If you want to get anything else, they do have the glyph for the moment. Carl still standing very far forward. I gotta say, this makes me really uncomfortable.
Yes, it is.
Rapier there. Well, that's true, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. They jump in. They kill Boomy yet again. Repair kit is working, but they're trying desperately to hold on to buildings. The problem is there's far too much damage. Look at how quickly these buildings fold. They need to make a play without Boomy. They can't afford to wait for him. 50 seconds, Bach. He's not got Ravage available. They don't have Refresher either. I don't think they got enough left in the tank. The game is too hard now, and Carl is too strong. That is that's a max. 30 seconds until
The Legion is grateful.
30 seconds. Out now.
Up. They have the will. They have like
Dire's
match.
bottom tower
They
is
don't
under
have enough
attack.
damage right now.
He's a critical strike talent.
Okay. I mean, yeah, because they don't have enough damage right now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Damage issues.
All right,
If they didn't lose that fight, then things would have been different.
18,000 gold lead, double catapults. They're and ready, and they are looking to keep this going now. Pressure out, Carl doing a lot of this blade onto him. Jump forward, Ravage, but that's still just going to be the Aegis. He's hexed, he's dead. Mac does have Requiem afterwards if they want to use it, but they're not. They're backing out. Zephyr trying to get out of there. Bach, CML dead instantly. The Venge Illusion is already gone as well. They buy back on Bach, trying to hold on to their base, if at all possible. They still need to wait, though. They have Hex back up in 3 seconds for Mac, as well as his BKB available, but they're breaking the BKB with that ulti, and they toss it in. Mac is on the BKB with the duel. Cuckoo got him out of control, and they're gonna find the kill. That is Mega Creeps. A buyback comes. It feels so bad right now. Adroit is gonna lose Natsumi. He also is gonna be forced to buy back, and they need a comeback and a half. They will push back Raven now. Disarms, trying to bring him down. Hex as well. They got the invisible with a cheese, and a triple kill from Raven. Don't test me, son. I'm coming for you. They steal the rampage, but they win the game. Geek Fam taking them down and moving on in this tournament.
Nature's prophet did it. Or the Ember did it. Put it together, they did it. Together.
Unreal.